Welcome back to the number one podcast in Malta, or soon to be. That statistic comes from I don't know where, but one day
The people.
the people,
It comes from the people.
the people.
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah.
I'm here with Zach, my co-host,
Was good.
and we're here with a Canadian
Controversial figure.
controversial
Alright, I
Yeah.
like
with
that. I like
a
that.
close friend of ours, met through I have no recall.
Man, I
where
don't
met
even
you.
remember either, man.
Where I don't know, but
I remember the day I met you.
Okay.
Oh,
Was
so
it
do I
around-
actually. So do I.
Yeah, I remember. I was like, this guy's music taste.
I'll
is
never
finally,
forget. Yeah, I
like-
played Cardi. Everyone
yeah.
was looking. Everyone was like,
Bro, turn
That-
this shit off,
that
dude.
fucking American shit off.
Yeah. And then I was like,
and he was
nah,
like, yo,
turn this
that's
shit off.
that's wicked.
Yeah.
that's wicked.
not my
Yeah,
words, but yeah.
So
No, I was like, finally, someone that has like, you literally, I had come out of the gym and I was playing a Playboy Cardi song, and then I took my AirPods off and I just keep hearing it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it wasn't the same song.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
hear Cardi and then I'm like, what's going on? And then everyone's like, yeah, this is Canadian guy. His name's Leeam. And I'm like, oh,
What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, so as you know, his name is Liam. You can introduce yourself, give a bit of background, full name, I don't know.
What's going on, guys? I'm gonna give out my government. Hell no. No, what's going on, guys? My name's Leeam. I'm a Canadian, and I'm also French. I'm 22 years old. I make music, and apparently I'm a controversial figure. Yeah.
Would you
What's your other name? Didn't you have like a?
I have 5 names.
Yeah,
my name
Holy-
you have a lot.
My name is Leeam J. Neil Shiska Archibald.
Archibald?
That's your
Yes,
like.
that's all I
legal
remember.
Name.
Yeah.
No, I meant like. Didn't you go by Archie?
Yeah, because my last name is Archibald. Like pretty much all my friends in Canada call me Archie.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool name, actually. Question: Would you consider more yourself a producer or an artist or a rapper? Like, what would you put yourself mostly under the spectrum?
Honestly, like more of an artist, to
Okay.
be honest. Like I started making beats, kind of not really intentionally. Like I always like loved piano, to be honest, but I stopped doing it and I just kind of started mixing vocals like for myself type stuff. But I make like everything. I don't really rap. Like I mean, the next album I'm working on right now. I'm gonna drop that this month, but it's all
out.
rap. It's all rap.
Really? Okay. So you've worked with Stan before, which we've had on this podcast.
Yes, Sirski. Shout out, Stan.
Shout out.
Shout out.
We saw him actually right before coming here.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, yeah, we're gonna record with your boy. He's like, Liam. We're like, yeah, we're kind of running late, so we gotta go.
He goes
And
like-
that guy's probably going late too. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Yeah,
You know, like,
exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
So one question I wanted to ask from the beginning.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw something last night. What do you think of AI? Because AI
AI.
is like this new thing, and I am guessing is gonna take over basically the world. It's like the internet
Yeah.
for the future. And what I heard that was interesting, because I've never really thought about it, because it's a very recent thing.
Yeah.
And what I've really thought about is just going to replace everyone that has like those really basic jobs that
Yeah.
Are
It's like
unnecessary.
Detroit Become Human. I don't know if you know what that game is. but
I've heard about it. Yeah,
It's
but
like
it's
the same
it's
thing.
basically gonna replace
Yeah.
everyone at like, move your bags or whatever. They just look at what you're doing, like basic shit.
Yeah,
It's gonna
yeah,
get
yeah, yeah.
Even
Which is
people
insane.
who are writers, teachers, whatever. It's
Yeah.
gonna revolutionize everything. But an interesting thing I heard yesterday is that it's also gonna change completely the music industry. And that's something I didn't really think about.
Yeah.
And I saw a YouTube video of this guy actually making an entire song with AI. It took him, I think, less than 2 hours, and it actually sounds like decent. It doesn't
Yeah,
sound
sound-
like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
I'll actually play it to you right now. So
I've heard some stuff, even like stuff with art. Like I know a lot of people are against it because it's kind of taking away.
yeah.
all that
in my
effort you've
opinion,
actually worked
instantly
for.
I was like, I don't like that, because it's not getting created by like.
I honestly
The
I do to a
artist,
certain
in a way.
extent. I think if you let it become only that.
Yeah, but
You
if
know
it's
what I mean?
not
It's gonna
like out of
damage
the
it.
person.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me see.
But it's still interesting, you know what I mean? You can still get inspiration from that.
I think definitely, but I obviously would rather, like, for example, hear a shittier beat but made from an actual
I'm going
person.
to be putting the lyrics
yeah,
right
yeah.
below it. So right now I've been working on this for 43 minutes.
So this is
next part will
Scott
probably take, like, 5 minutes. So
Hilsey.
here we go.
I used AI to create a music video.
Is it him? Who is he basing like the voice off of?
I don't know. I don't know if it's him.
Boom. And just like that,
Sounds pretty
guys, the
legit.
video is completely complete. I'm gonna
But that's the
play
thing,
mix
right?
for
Like
you
it
right
kind of
now.
goes.
And apologies if the
Like I
audio
was gonna
sounds
say, it kind of goes into like everything you see. You can't really believe anything.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's
100%.
another
You know
thing,
what
bro.
I
You're gonna. There's this really like it's everywhere on Instagram of Elon Musk talking about like, I'm fucking zooted right now, and it's legit, yeah.
Or that
Have you seen
Asian
that?
guy who was like, "My name Elon Ma."
Yeah.
No, but okay. So the question is, with that is, would that be still considered ghostwriting? So okay, so for example,
Yeah.
like people that
don't
say
know.
like they make their own shit, beats and things like that.
Yeah.
What if actually, I know this might sound stupid, but what if they actually are using like AI to do it, and they're
I think it's definitely possible.
yeah, and like how would that's what I mean. No one would like AI is not a person, so he's not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
take he's not gonna like file something against
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
So obviously, no one can like say, oh, he has a ghostwriter.
Yeah, I think it's pretty likely.
You know what I mean?
Because it's kind of like a unbroken formula.
Yeah, if you,
You know what I
think
mean?
about
It would never not work.
Definitely, and no one would know the truth
Yeah,
unless
yeah,
the artist
yeah.
let it out, correct? And I don't think any artist would just throw themselves out there like that. So,
Okay, so I guess we should start off with your background and your past. So when did you move here? Are you like living here like permanently?
No.
'Cause that's the thing. I swear, when you first came here, what, last year?
Yeah.
No, the year before last year.
Yeah.
Like everyone was just saying you're visiting.
I mean, like, I
you,
didn't even
stay-
know anyone. I just kind of,
yeah.
came, to be honest. But no, like, I was gonna stay here for a year. It's been longer than a year now.
Mhm.
I might stay here for another one. Like, I really like it here, but I kind of feel like if you get too comfortable, you'll get like trapped here.
Oh,
100%.
You know what I mean? But
it's very much it's very much it's small, and that's its advantages and disadvantages at the same time.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
have a lot of opportunity to make something grow, it's very easy in a way because everyone knows each other. There's a lot of benefits to being here. Gozo's very different than Malta. And
Yeah.
the thing about Gozo specifically is it's completely sheltered. That's the one thing, is like the one thing I have, which is the biggest, like I like a lot that I'm from here, and I look at it from a positive angle as much as possible. But one of the biggest disadvantages of coming from here is I'm very like unknowledgeable about certain things that are completely like foreign to me.
Yeah.
So I've discussed this on the podcast multiple times, but like certain technologies or like things, I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
when I was a kid, I didn't like a dishwasher. I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What, a dishwasher? It's like it's completely normal in places like the U.S., Canada, outside of Europe. But to me, it was like, because it's very behind here. Like even the way where we still hang our clothes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
But you know what? Sorry, go ahead. I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
in other places outside, it's like that's
Normal.
they think that's a third world.
Yeah,
country,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know?
Even when I showed pictures, my friends were like, "Oh, bro, you look like you're on like a Modern Warfare map." I'm like,
That's
man,
jokes.
it's not really like that, to be honest. I consider this more like Africa than Europe,
Yeah.
to be honest. I mean, the way it
Yeah, I
looks,
guess.
it's not really like the rest of Europe.
It's very similar to Spain. I
Yeah,
know
Oh,
that's
yeah.
it's
weird,
very
but
it's
it
very
is.
Mediterranean
Yes,
because
Yeah,
we
exactly
are
that.
Mediterranean.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly
for sure,
that.
for sure.
But yeah, so where did I guess the music come from? Like background wise, when it comes to music, like what inspired you? Not necessarily artists,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
what pushed you to like you said, piano, for example.
Yeah.
I heard piano. I think I discussed this with Stan and Dennis, which were the two people that we talked about music with.
Right.
And I wanted to hear your opinion on what you think is the best instrument to, I guess, understand music with. What's the best instrument that you can create pretty much anything with?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it's always between like piano and guitar.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I like, bro, harp is sick too. Violin is sick. I really want to learn saxophone. To
Okay.
be honest, I love sax.
I've never heard ARP personally.
Harp?
Yeah,
It's
I
like
No, I've
You know
I've,
what it's
I've
like?
heard what it
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
but I've never heard anyone say that it's like a way to learn the music. I've heard that it's
it's
like
kind of a
one
weird
the
instrument.
hardest
Yeah.
instrument from what I've heard because
Yeah.
it has a lot of strings from
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah.
can make very different noise noise.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've always heard, like you said, piano. I've heard drums as well.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. Is like, cause it's like rhythm, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you usually think like harmonies, when you think like music and stuff. But yeah, same with drums. It's like, you're kind of in with the rhythm. You know what I mean? You're it's like a different way, sort of like connecting to it. But how I actually got into music, like I grew up. I only found this out like a year ago that my mom's actually really religious.
Okay.
But I'm actually not at all. I'm like, I love religion, but I'm not religious. And so I grew up in a Christian school, and I like hated going to church and like all that stuff. But I loved choir, and there was this one German guy who was just like nasty at piano, who'd play like Moonlight Sonata and like a bunch of Beethoven and stuff like that. And I was just like really like emotionally connected to it, and then ever since then I just wanted to learn piano and stuff like that.
That's the one thing about music, and that's the one thing like with me personally is you asked before like if we are interested at all in doing music, and the thing is I just feel like that's one of those things where it's really tied down to like you're born with it or you're not. Like out of all the I was very interested in arts in general. So that came to like music, drawing, writing, everything that's like the one thing I loved even acting. Like I thought it was really fun. It wasn't necessarily for me, but I thought it was really fun. And drama even or like playing in a play, it looked fun. It wasn't necessarily for me, but yeah. And at one point I did start thinking about like music, but I just everyone I knew that like did music, it was always like, oh yeah, since I was 3 years old I've been playing the piano, or like, oh yeah, since I was like 7 I've been listening to like Beethoven or whatever, and I'm just there like I swear it's just one of those things where it's either you got it or you don't. And when it comes to certain things like singing, I feel like it is like that. Like it's either you got it or you don't. You could get better at singing.
You know, you're completely right. You're completely right.
And I don't know. I just think music is truly like someone who's amazing, like someone who's truly like a master at creating music. It's because they're born with it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Man, you need to put so much time into it though.
Yeah.
And it's like even me, like I was gonna say, like you're saying this, but man, like I tell myself I play piano, but I don't know how to read what's it called?
Music notes?
Yeah, exactly. There's a word for it. I'm being stupid. But anyways. And it's like even singing, I'm not even the greatest singer like either. But it's kind of like if you have it, it's to me, to be honest, I don't really care too much.
Yeah, but that's the other thing. That's
famous.
what I'm gonna say is like the confidence.
Yeah.
Like I'm someone who's I will try almost anything. Yeah. Like if someone told me like, bro, try to write a film, I try to do it. Like I'm very confident in my abilities that I could do almost anything or most things, right? There are very few things I'm like, I just suck at it and I'm just whatever. And even if I do, I'll try. Singing is never like that is one of those things.
Ice skating.
Or shut up. I will mark my words. Next year we are going to ice skate. This is just a note. Like
Simone is gonna teach you.
And I'm gonna be good at it. All right.
You got to.
I'm gonna be really good at it. All right. But anyways, and singing and rapping and music and creating this. First of all, the access to it. Something like drawing, I was extremely drawn to when I was younger.
Yeah.
This kind of sounds like a pun. Because pen and paper, that's all you need, bro. Like I'd be in class, we'd be writing an essay, I'd be ahead of the class because I wrote really quickly, and then I just start sketching on my notebook. Like, but music, it was one of those things where it was like, I feel like I could never start like making beats or making this or whatever, and obviously that's all in like my mind or whatever, right? But again, it's just one of those things where it's really intimidating, in my opinion. Like,
it is,
man. It, like it's a lot to just like start rapping or singing or like whatever. Like you hear your own voice and you're like, what the fuck? Like it's just, and the level of like people that have created just amazing things. Like with drawing, I feel like the barrier to entry is so low. Yeah. Like when I was a kid and I used to know how to like draw a couple animals. Like I remember once we had like a class assignment and we were drawing like rabbits for Easter. And I drew like a rabbit with eggs for Easter or something, and I made it like look pretty nice. Yeah. And I was like 3 years, like I was going to art school and I was drawing like every day when I was younger. And like everyone came up to me, they go, "Whoa, you know how to draw? That's crazy." I'm like 9. I'm like, I don't know, guys. It's like yeah. Like, how'd you do that? I'm like, I just started drawing and I kept drawing and then I got better at drawing. Like that's the thing. But when it comes to like music or playing an instrument, it's like you take lessons,
Mm-hmm.
but you're never gonna get like extremely good, especially with singing. Something using your voice, it's one of those things where I just always thought it's like he said, it's either like you got it or you don't. Like what he used to tell me is like it's just a talent.
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah, well, for sure. Like it's like genetic lottery, right? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But even still, like, I think everyone kind of has that idea of what like perfection should be, and at the same time, that's why I kind of like making music. Is like I just, like I just sometimes I'll just make really vulnerable music that doesn't even sound the greatest, but it's just kind of like how I feel in that moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's. I was gonna say escape, but I think the word
It kind of is. It's like therapeutic.
That's exactly
yeah,
the word.
for sure.
It's art is therapy. 100%.
Yeah,
when I was
yeah,
younger,
for sure.
that's it's an outlet. That's the word I'm looking for. It's an outlet to your emotions, whether
Yeah.
that's good or bad. You know.
Yeah.
I had a sketchbook. He remembers, and I wrote at the front of it a quote from Kanye. It was like artists turn tragedy into beauty, something like that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I just always like that's always what I saw art as, is like whatever's in my mind I can create, whether it's like a character, an idea, a video game, a story, whatever it is, I could just draw it out.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that's always why I was so drawn to art, is because the ability to do something like that was
You gotta
so
draw
amazing
into
to me.
art.
Drawn
Drawn to art,
damn,
yeah,
that's
that was
a
the
wicked
pun.
pun,
Yeah.
bro.
I was always drawn to
A bar right there. He struck the
bars.
But for me, the biggest thing with especially rapping, it's not even singing. It's like for example, it's not admire, but it's like I can't fathom thinking of things and making them rhyme and making them sound good.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
For example, like Stanley comes up with them on the spot, and I'm like, bro, I can't
See,
even.
that's where I'm just like,
I'm shit at making sentences.
either you're-
Imagining a song, like, bro, I can't.
Man,
no
once
way.
you force yourself
way.
enough to do it, it becomes like
yeah, but
Second
that's
nature,
so
you know?
scary, isn't it? Like, to me, I thought about
me and him
right?
do it all the time just for fun. Like we'll like make fun of each other type
Yeah,
thing.
when I was younger,
But, like-
I remember I was with my friend and I started like just being like, bro, let's just rap. I was like, let's just rhyme words, make
Yeah, yeah,
sentences, and like rap a bit. And I start, and it's stupid. Like I'm thinking of random words, and rhyming them with each. Like, and then he goes and he's like, bro, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, what? Just make random words. And it was like, I could tell he had like no clue where
Yeah.
it's just like it was
Yeah.
just like foreign. It's
Yeah.
like someone speaking a different language.
100%.
And that's the thing. When you first started getting into it,
Yeah.
was it very like uncomfortable, or were you? Because everyone that I've heard that plays music is always like, yeah, I always just heard it in a
Yeah.
different way, or they have like, it's like they hear the things you don't in music. It's like with Dennis, right? Sometimes we'll just be listening to a song and he'll talk about like this part of the instrument and the bass and
Yeah.
all this stuff, and I'm just
Yeah.
there like, I don't understand.
When you start making music and you learn how music actually works, it completely changes the way. Completely changes the way that you think about it. But wait, sorry, what did you just ask me
Like
before
when you
that?
started, how was it? Like what was your experience? Like,
Oh, I
did you
was
start
super
singing?
nervous.
Did you start like writing? Did
Yeah.
you start like?
I was actually gonna say this. Honestly, music changed my life because it made me so much more confident. Like my best friend, shout out Jaden.
Was he the guy you post on your stories sometimes?
Yeah. That's my twin. I fucking love that dude. I probably wouldn't be the way I am if it wasn't for him. We're like super similar, but he was just like, one of my other really good friends was friends with him. We ended up meeting. He ended up going to my school, and he was very much like, on the first day, he's asking everybody like, "Oh, you want to freestyle?" And it was like, and at the same time, like I liked music, but I never really started or anything like that. But it was just like he was like oozing with confidence, and it was more like he was pressuring me, like, "Come on, like do it," like
got it.
forcing me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we just started doing it like all the time.
So
And
it just became like a habit.
Yeah. And then it helped me with so many things in general. Like I don't really, like, I don't know. It kind of changed my perspective. Like, but even before I came here, it's like, man, I'm not gonna lie. I was excited to come here. You know what I mean? And it's like you're also nervous, but they're one and the same feeling.
Oh,
And it's like if
100%.
you channel,
Yeah.
if you like that, you're actually really excited, bro. You can fucking
Yeah,
do
that's the
anything.
thing. Like stage fright, or like before
Yeah,
going up on
exactly,
a stage.
exactly.
That nervousness.
Yeah.
Is excitement.
Yeah,
It is
exactly,
excitement. In a level.
exactly.
It's because you're like, this is big. There's a lot of people. Like that's what it is. In a
Yeah.
way. It's nervousness, but it's also
For
excitement.
sure.
Yeah. So, because a lot of people, they turn that into a bad thing. Like, oh, why am I feeling this way? Why is my hand shaking?
Yeah, you're like, oh, I better not.
Nah,
You know
what
I
you should
mean?
tell yourself is like, this is good. This means that like I'm gonna do something and I'm
Yep.
like I'm getting ready for it.
Yep.
It's like the adrenaline rush. Like
Mm.
before you get into a fight and your leg starts like shaking a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not, oh, I'm scared.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
you're not
yeah,
scared,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Your body's like telling you, get your shit ready for you either get punched in the face or you punch him in the face. It's like adrenaline.
Yeah,
That's
for
what it is.
sure. I remember having this conversation with Simone a long time ago, but I'm not sure if he remembers. But I was telling him that I think that anxiety is actually a good thing, or it can be.
100%. No, what anxiety is, this is exactly what anxiety is. It's your body figuring out a way how to survive.
Yeah, you're out of your
It's-
comfort
it's-
zone.
It's you being
to
like,
adapt.
oh, I don't know if I can get through this.
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
that's what anxiety is. And it gets created so it wakes you up to try to figure out a way to survive. Whether it's something as little as that's the thing. And now, like before, social anxiety wasn't a thing. Like there was a time where it just wasn't a thing. Like you're
Yeah.
born with people and there's no source you could go to where you cut people off.
Yeah, yeah.
And the ones that did were a very small percentage. Now it's very normal because you can communicate with technology. And that's the thing. Or you could shut everyone out and like listen to music, listen to YouTube videos, listen
Yeah.
to whatever, and just get your dopamine from that.
Yeah, true.
And then the anxiety, because you're not used to getting, dopamine and communication with human people, it comes from that because you're like, this is foreign.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing is you'll never learn new things if
Yep.
you don't force yourself to it. And that's actually kind of what I like here. It's because I remember my dad would always tell me, he'd be like all you do is you're on your fucking phone, and when you're chilling with your friends, you're on your phone. Man, we would never call anyone. We used to just go out and we would just see our friends. And honestly, that's what I kind of like about here.
Yeah.
Because no one really kind of texts each other. You just kind of
Yeah.
you just kind of show up and
Yeah,
you see people.
there's no point of texting each other because you live like 3 meters away
Yeah,
from
yeah,
each other.
yeah.
So
My
there's-
childhood was kind of like that. My childhood was like, I'd tell my mom, like, could you tell, like, Liam's mom for him to come over?
Yeah,
when
yeah.
we meet outside. Or sometimes, like, I just go watch a movie. I see my friends walking down the street. And then when I got older, it was also like that. It was just a group chat. You say, who's going out? Me. And then you go out. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you hear
yeah.
someone say, I'm out. You go, all right, and head out, go to the park, find whoever, hang out. You end up going with other people. You
Yeah.
end up, you want to catch a bus to Marcelfort and go swimming? Yeah, sure, why not? Like, I love that about here because it's very much like not really like overdone. It's still like there is technology, but it's not overdone yet. And that's something I did think about a lot is like, I wish I grew up. I don't wish I grew up, but I wish I experienced more of life before technology completely took over. Like,
Yeah,
like
same.
it would have been nice to like see how it was going out in like
What era would you go?
2002.
Yeah, you want to go
Like that,
2002?
yeah.
Man, I would go like 90s, man.
That too, obviously.
90s or
and
like
2000s
even
as well.
70s.
But early 2000s is really interesting because people had like flip phones and shit, but they
Yeah.
weren't attached at all. It was a new
Yeah,
thing. It
exactly.
was very foreign.
It was just
Only
like a-
rich
yeah,
people
yeah.
had it at first. Like that's the thing, you know. But describe to me like where you grew up and then what happened and then how you got into music. Kinda as,
Okay.
like your story basically.
All right. So I was born in France
Oui, oui.
till we.
How much time
yes,
do
you?
you get that, bro?
Oui,
Yeah.
bro, not that often to be
Really?
honest. Well, usually as people do speak French, they'll be like oui. I'll be like, fucking cringe. Anyways,
Yeah.
but I moved to Canada when I was about like 5,
Mhm.
with my family, my older brother, and my family was like, honestly, I had a great childhood. To be honest, like my parents would kind of fight a lot, but I only have good memories, and to be honest, I like was kind of spoiled to a certain extent. They never had like a lot of money, to be honest. Like they struggled for sure, but I was kind of blind to that because they always kind of, I wouldn't say gave me what I wanted, but they made sure I was happy. You know what I
Yeah, yeah.
mean? And I was gonna segue into another point there, but
How long did you live in Canada?
in Canada, I lived there for 16 years,
So
and I went back to France a couple times.
okay,
in
so you
between
moved
and
when you
stuff.
were what, 5?
Yeah,
You said, and then you lived 16 years till you were 20.
One.
yeah, till I was 21.
And then you came
My
here.
brother knows my age. Okay.
And then you came here 21 also.
Yeah, I came here when I was 21.
And now you're gonna turn 22 soon.
I turned 22 in November.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm more just kind of like.
When did you get into like music specifically? Like around what age did you?
I was like 16. I was 16 with the guy I was talking about earlier, Jaden, and we really wanted to take it. I was doing what's called like a co-op, which is basically like your school makes it so you can. It's like an apprenticeship sort of. Do you know what that means? So like I can go. Like I went to a music studio basically. And I was pretty much doing it for school, actually, like seeing what the actual experience is like with clients and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
And yeah, it was actually dope, to be honest. And then my boy got me into making beats, and some unfortunate things happened to him. I don't really know if I want to say. I mean, honestly, he probably doesn't even give a fuck. But he got stabbed, basically.
Oh, shit.
And he couldn't make beats anymore. And I was like, yo, bro, I fucking got you. And I made his album. I made all the beats on his album, and we worked together on it. And we were like super proud of it. And we kind of rode that wave a little bit too long, not gonna lie. But after that, it really like boosted my confidence because I didn't really like believe in myself. You know what I mean?
As an artist, the one like in general, what you just said, it boosted your confidence, and that was like your first like project, right?
Yeah.
Because it was finished.
Yeah.
The one thing I love to hear, and the one thing I learned early on, is that better something finished, not perfect. That's the one thing. Is like a lot of these. It's the same thing with this podcast. Is like I am glad that we started it, and in a way finished it because we finished like the first episode, right? Rather than us focusing, but we should get this done, and we should get this done, and we should get this done. Like it's better you start and you learn along the way, and then you increase and you get better, because that's what builds the initial confidence.
Like
if I'm writing a book, right, I'm like, it's not done yet, and you work on a book for 2 years, and then you finally finish it, and then you're like, but it's a lot worse than spending 6 months on a book saying it's finished. It's not perfect, but it's finished, and then your next book be 10 times better.
Yeah, for sure. It's like the fear of failing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly what it is. Perfectionism. It's terrible.
Yeah, but what I was gonna actually lead into, what I was saying about how, I was sort of spoiled to a certain extent, is that when like things like that happen to you, it makes it you're not really used to achieving stuff on your own, so it's like you don't really have that feeling of like I actually achieved something. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people kind of struggle with like, oh, like, I'm so sad, you know what I mean? But it's like go fucking save up money and actually buy your car yourself, you know what I mean? Or go get this job yourself. And it's stuff like that makes you feel so much better, but yeah, even me, it's like something that I fucking really struggle with, to be honest. Appreciating something like that.
Yeah, it's the self-responsibility of like taking it upon yourself to do it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, including myself to a degree, is like everything's given out to you, and even though it's like, oh, I wasn't, maybe I didn't get everything I wanted. Yeah, but a lot of what you got,
exactly,
given to you.
Yeah, for sure.
You did absolutely nothing to get those things, so you don't learn that what you want, like you have to work for.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's no handouts. And as soon as you turn 16, 17, 18, you really start to learn that, and you really start to find out that like, bro, no one's gonna give you anything.
It gets hard, man.
It's that responsibility of like you're on your own. And you go out to get it, bro. Like
it's good though, man. I'm kind of at the level where like I've embraced it. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Life has been fucking kicking my ass the last year, but I kind of like it. You know what I mean? It's like it's pushing me to.
It teaches you.
Yeah,
it
for
teaches
sure.
you a lot, especially when, like, for example, having your mom giving you like a certain amount of money to go out every day. You know, like those 20 euros and things like that. You cherish those 20 euros a lot, right?
Yeah.
And I guess, like, for example, there was time where I wanted to buy Air Forces, or I wanted to buy a new phone, but my mom didn't know I broke my phone. So I saved up every time 20 euros, and I wouldn't spend them, and I would save up from what my mom would give me, right? And then I spent that on a phone, and I bought a new phone because I broke my old one. And then when you get a paycheck coming, right, and it's your own paycheck, you know you worked for it, and you know you worked all the hours that you did for it. That money, you feel like you can do anything with it because you're the one who earned it. So it's your right to do whatever the fuck you want with it.
Yeah.
There is no one that can tell you what to do with it. But then it turns into the thing of you have to have self-control to know how to manage that money and not to waste it.
Sure.
Because it gets a better of you because you're like, okay, I worked all my ass off. Now I get to reward.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
1,200 euro. Let's spend it on a fucking night. Fuck it. No. Because yes, that's how I am.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I'm super unresponsible with my money till this current day. I'm trying to get better at it.
Yeah.
To learn discipline throughout it. But I have still the thing of I make money. I make my own money. I work for my own money.
Yeah.
So why would I not spend it, right?
Yeah.
And then, but then it comes to a day where you have to ask your mom for money, and then that's to me that's annoying because then I'm like, fuck. Next paycheck, I need to give money back to my mom because I'm not a person that takes money and doesn't give it back.
For sure.
And that's the thing that I was telling you. Like people are very spoiled because they don't appreciate the money that they get. Like when you work for it, you'll appreciate it more. When people give it to you, you're like, well, whatever. It's 20 euros. I can go spend it on a big meal.
And you
What
just
people
become
don't
dependable.
understand
Exactly.
is that the more your freedom grows, the more your responsibility grows.
Exactly.
So everyone wants to be a millionaire. Trust me, you'll become a millionaire. You'll get the freedom you want. You'll get like, you're not tied down to a specific place.
Great power
You'll
comes
get
great
the-
responsibility.
It's true. It's true. That's exactly
it's
what
so
it is.
true.
W Uncle Ben.
R.I.P. Uncle Ben as well.
But more responsibility comes with that because all right, yeah, you get all the freedom of like you own a company, you can buy whatever you want. Let's say you can go wherever you want, but then you get the responsibility of like you have multiple people depending on you because you run a business and their paycheck depends on your decisions and your actions. So that's the thing about life in general. It's always like that. Like you want the time freedom. You want to not have a boss. Okay, well you're your own boss, and that's the responsibility.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't depend on someone to say, "Listen, you gotta come to work at this time and do this and whatever." No, you gotta tell yourself that, and that's why a lot of people fail, bro, in life, and that's why a lot of people are just built for the system where they are gonna work a 9-to-5 job because one, they don't believe in themselves, and two is because they can't. They don't know how to get themselves up in the morning and start working themselves.
Yeah,
because they're tied down to being told what to do, and they don't know how to break out of that. Where it's like, oh, okay, I gotta get called to go to a 9-to-5. That's it. It's easy. I wake up.
Yeah.
I go.
I get my
I
schedule.
get told what to do.
I know when
exactly.
when I have my
all the
free
work
days.
is done for
when
you.
I have my on days, I know when to work. But then when you have your own schedule, you don't have.
You have to schedule.
Yeah, you have to schedule not only yourself, especially if you have other people working. You have to schedule them as well. So it's like it's more responsibility than people think. That's why I think like personally, like at a young age, it's better to try out anything. If you're good at something like you, for example, with music and Stanley, fucking pursue it as much as you can.
I have so many hobbies, to be honest, but
At a young
that's
age,
the best bet.
thing
That's the
to
best
do.
thing.
At this age, in my opinion, the best thing is to explore, experience, and become valuable. Like those are the things. Get good at something.
become valuable. I like that.
No, it's true. That's it. Create
fail.
value in yourself. So if your value is your Kanye and your value is to bring
You're Kanye.
yeah
Your Kanye and
no,
your,
but it's
Wait,
your
hold on,
values to
I was
bring
gonna-
Nazis back. Yeah, honestly. Bring them
Hey,
back.
yo. Wait,
Bro,
yeah, listen. I was gonna ask, what's like
Or
your
fashion.
guys' definition of success?
My
whatever
definition.
the mind wants it to be.
But man, that could be it. Yeah, that
My
could be
do-
it.
for me
Because
personally-
working a 9-to-5
do you
job
want-
could be
do you
that.
want-
No, you could be successful. This is the
For sure,
definition
man.
to success. You live your life as you want it. To whoever, to me,
Yeah.
right? That guy who's working a 9-to-5 job that I despise in the office,
Mm-hmm.
to him it's a success because he actually enjoys what he does. He doesn't have to think about whatever.
Yeah,
he
he's
doesn't
actually
like
happy,
The,
you
yeah,
know what I mean?
That to him he's successful.
Yeah.
He's just not seen as successessul because these days and in general, success is money. It's power. It's
for sure.
whatever.
But I agree 100% with Zach. But do you want like an answer of like a person that I think has made it the way I want it to be made?
No, like, I mean more like, oh, I want a lot of money, or I want
Oh, no,
Like
I mean-
when 10 years from now,
Yeah,
our
yeah,
success. What is that?
Or success.
Yeah, basically. I think that's
Yeah,
the
like
question,
what would
right?
you want that to be?
Oh, that's I've mentioned this on the podcast a lot of times. 50K after tax in the bank. Have read at least 100 books in my life. Have a car, any car. I don't give a fuck which car. Have a good bike. Have a good fucking podcast that is going to become number one.
There you go.
Have my reselling business. I have a lot of projects that I want to pursue and see if it actually works out, because there's no point of me standing here and talking about them and not actually trying,
Yeah.
because I will never
Let's
find
talk
out
more,
if
dude.
I will succeed in them. I want to become a model. I want to do all of these things, but if I don't do them, I will never. I can't just stay there and like say, oh, I'm going to
Yeah.
become a model next month.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I could have found out that I wasn't going to be a model the month before and try to work on something else.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying this summer. I've been highly thinking of working part time.
Yeah.
And genuinely, I don't give a fuck if I get less money, because I want by summer to learn how to manage my money, and I want to start like any hustle that I can. Any hustle and see which one brings in and which one makes me the happiest. Not
Yeah,
only brings in
exactly.
the most
Which one are you the
income,
most connected to? type
most
thing?
connected and the best at.
Yeah.
Because there's always something out there that you're good at that can make you a ton of money. The problem is people are not willing to take the risk. People are not, because I always say this to any of my moms of my exes and things like that, where they go like, why don't you go to school? Why don't you work 9 to 5 and you get 2,500? I don't want to get to the 2,500. I'm happy and I know I can live off of the 1,200 a month.
Yeah.
I've seen my mom do it raising 3 kids. So there's no way I can't do it living by myself, okay? Will I have as much of a life as I want my success to be, like you said?
Yeah.
No. But will I be alive? Yes, absolutely. I will be willing to risk
What it is
having
is,
that
is a sacrifice.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
exactly
for
what it
sure.
is what I told my mom. I had a really long conversation with her about how I want to drop out of school, and I don't
I
think
dropped out of school.
I don't think I am, but the conversation, and if anything, she agrees with me
take that back.
about it.
Yeah.
What?
I actually regret dropping out of school.
Really?
To be honest.
College though? Or
I
high
went
school?
to I dropped out of high school, but I still went to college. I finessed the system.
Yeah.
finessed.
I finessed the system.
And what I told her was, I am willing to sacrifice a year of my life working and trying to do what I want on the side and fail at that and go back to school the next year, because the chances of me losing are that slim. That's how much I believe that if I give myself a year
Yeah.
and I sacrifice time and energy into work,
Yeah.
like let's say a 9 to 5 job, and in the rest of the hours of the day, I commit myself completely to what I truly want to do, I believe that there's no chance of me losing. Like
Man,
that's
there isn't.
that's
Right.
what I think. I think if I fully devote myself, and yeah, that's not better than going to school and putting my energy towards that, but it's a risk that 4 years from now, the sacrifice I'm taking, traveling, going to school, attending, putting my energy towards that, which is going to get me probably a 9 to 5 job,
yeah.
which is something that I like, right?
sure.
But it's also still a 9 to 5 job that pays decent. 5 years from now, what you're gonna get there, and you sacrifice those years going to school, but you're still not gonna be that way ahead over a regular guy that didn't go to school and has been earning money since whatever, right?
Yeah,
but then
for
the other thing is you sacrifice a lot more for a year or two. And then in 5 years, you quit that 9 to 5. The thing you're doing on the side becomes 10 times bigger, and you're way ahead of both those people.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's all a mental. And my mom hates hearing that and hearing something like, yeah, but what are you gonna do? Work as something like that and whatever, and then try. What if it fails? What if it fails? I don't care.
Yeah,
It fails,
exactly,
and I move
exactly.
on, bro. I'm
think that's
at
such a-
least fucking try.
It's like living in fear. You know what I mean?
100%. It's like, yeah, and my mom does not discourage me whatsoever.
Yeah.
She believes in me 100%, but she has that fear that I will, because how she sees it is you got to think of it as like, to us, this online business making, this making money from doing music,
Is a
doing
normal
what we
thing.
love, is their school. Their
Yeah.
education is our online. Those millionaires we see online and they're making money. The artists that
Those are the
have-
doctors
no, those are the doctors of their time.
and the lawyers.
So when my mom talks
Okay,
to
I
me,
see what you're saying.
to her, I am. She is giving me something that her parents didn't have,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
her generation didn't have, and she will not see me without like something of school, because to her, that's me, like that's her responsibility.
Yeah.
So I completely get what she says, and what she's afraid of is like, what if this online thing, this whatever, I do succeed,
Mm-hmm.
but then something bad happens. You could always lose it.
Yeah.
You could always lose
Yeah.
it all, and then what am I left with? And her fear
Yeah,
is that
exactly.
that high school degree is not good enough. I want you to have more.
You can't make a object your personality, because it's like anything. You can't really idolize anything, because as soon as that thing is gone, you're just kind of nothing. You know what I mean?
One of my favorite quotes, and I've actually been also thinking about like tattooing this on me. And one of the tattoos idea is "This too shall pass," and that's one of the best ones. Like I love that saying because it's with everything.
Gandalf
Every
quote?
good
Just
moment,
kidding.
every bad moment, every grateful thing you're for, every success, every fall, every fail, everything will pass. Everything, including yourself, including your
Yeah.
family members, including everything. So
You just can't really. You can't be scared. First of all, you can't be scared to live in fear.
exactly.
But it's okay. A lot of the shit I preach kind of like contradicts itself sometimes.
What you mentioned earlier, which is basically I want to talk less and do more. I want to actually risk it and find out
Yeah.
I'm not built for modeling, or I am built for modeling, or whatever, right? Something interesting is that's something I have a lot, and that's something that I completely want to delete out of my life, which is talking. I'm going to do something. I plan to do this. I want to do that. It actually, research has found out that, like, people have found out that when you do that, it actually gives you dopamine. It actually like spikes a bit of your brain when you say,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna become a music, like I'm gonna I'm gonna
for sure.
be successful in music." That legit spikes
It's man, people love
dopamine
getting
in
high
your brain.
on
That's
motivation.
exactly what it is.
You know
You're
what I mean?
getting high off the idea of you being successful.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
go, yeah, I plan to make a lot of money. I'm gonna be rich. That legit spikes a part in your brain where it legit spikes dopamine. And then when what doesn't spike dopamine is sitting down and actually trying to do it.
Man,
Th-
like
that-
I
that's the
agree.
struggle. That's
I
the
agree
sacrifice,
completely.
and that's where you should be putting your energy
Yeah.
towards. Not saying you're
Yeah,
gonna do
yeah.
something, but doing it, man.
It's like like lately there's kind of like, actually I don't know if so much now, but definitely like last year, the year before that, you would see all these girls preaching manifestation to like an unrealistic level. Like I'm gonna, my ass is gonna get bigger. You know what I mean? or like shit like that.
That's another thing.
But
I
it's
wanted to
like
talk to
I
you
think it's like self-hypnotization is better. You know what I mean?
I'll-
Instead of saying I will do it, it's like, yeah, I am the best.
Yeah.
It's like look at Kobe and Michael Jordan. It's like
100%.
those people they were almost sick in the head.
100%.
How fucking much they wanted it.
You want to know the number one, two things about success? They researched the most successful people in the world, making money, talent, basketball, sports, whatever. They found out, one, they have an unwillingly desire to win. Two,
Yeah,
they are
yeah.
extremely insecure. So they found out that
Yeah,
these
but it's
people
like
want
pushes
to
them,
be at the
bro.
top because they hate losing.
Yeah.
And they are
exactly.
insecure of the fact that they might lose.
Yeah, exactly.
That is what gets them to the top. It's not they think they're the best. It's they can't handle not being the best.
It's passion. You know what I mean?
That's 100% what it is. But something I want to talk to you about specifically, because I've heard you mention this a lot outside of the podcast, which is manifestation, self-hypnosis, all these things.
Yeah.
To me, like when you wake up in the morning, you look at yourself in the mirror and scream these affirmations, they're not really going to do anything. They will help. And I'm telling yourself something like, I am losing weight and you're on a diet. Like I'm telling you, if you truly believe it, you will lose more weight. There's studies that have done this.
Okay.
They did a study where they tell people, listen, stress causes you to live less. And they told another study, it doesn't do anything. They found out that one study,
You can't
they
believe
ended
anything
up-
you hear, bro.
They ended up dying years before,
Yeah,
by
yeah.
like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly the statistics or whatever, but something like that, where your belief system is exactly what it will produce. And I think what manifestation is a lot of people have it confused, where it's like, if you tell yourself this is going to happen, it's going to happen. That's not what it is.
Yeah.
Bro, it's what it is it will show itself to you. In the Bible, in the Quran, in all these religions, what it says is, ask God for something and he will give it to you. And what it is not he'll just give it to you. When you ask God or a higher power or just in general, you tell yourself, I'm gonna get more money. It's not you're gonna get more money. What it is from
It'll show
now
you a
on,
way to.
you will see opportunities that God will test you if you are deserving of it. And you will become that person or not.
Yeah.
So let's say if you're someone who's like, I really want to get jacked and lean, right? God will send you, or just in life, right? Fuck God, fuck a higher power. Let's say you believe in nothing. You will start to now see, that's what manifestation is. You will now start to see tests. Okay, let's say the next day, right? It's not like this will just pop up, but
Oh, I know, man.
you have
I
an
know
hour
for sure.
hour to yourself. Now the test is, are you gonna go to the gym?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna stay inside?
Yeah.
The next day, right? You have a gym membership. Let's say you've been going to the gym a couple months. It rains outside. That's a test. Are you gonna let the rain stop you from going to the gym, or are you still gonna go there? You're gonna bring out your fucking umbrella. You're gonna go all the way to the gym. It's 2 minutes away. Get in there, do an hour, come back out. That's the test. And what it is you don't manifest shit. It's you get tested
Pushing
to see
yourself.
if you're worthy
Yeah.
of what you want. And life constantly is giving you these things, these tests, and you got to prove it right or wrong by becoming the person that is deserving of what they want. So if you want a lot of money, it's not you ask God for money. It's not you manifest money.
Yeah.
What you do is you beat those tests. That person, that other person that has money, why does he have money, right? Obviously, some people are just lucky.
Yeah.
But the people that have earned it, it's because they have beaten the test. It's because they have taken the
Willing to
like
fail.
game of chess, right? The move
Yeah.
that they picked is one of someone who gets money. They started the business while everyone else was working. They took the risk of quitting school, dropping out, and making music while everyone else was just being a waiter, was just working at McDonald's, was just not believing in themselves. And that's one move closer to becoming a millionaire, to becoming what you want, to becoming the big artist. And it's all a test. And one day you will get rewarded, because a lot of people just don't believe in themselves. And that's the number one test. That's the first test is, do you think you can? Because once your own mind doesn't believe in yourself, who is?
Exactly.
Who is,
You
bro?
can't even think it. That's what I mean. Like literally
No doubt.
hypnotization.
That's the thing, bro.
If you wake up, I tell this to my friends all the time. If you wake up and you tell yourself, "Man, I'm gonna have a shit day today," you're gonna have a fucking shit day. But if
Because
you're,
you know what
I mean?
happens? Something bad happens, and you go, see, I
Yeah,
am having a
exactly,
shit day.
exactly.
And then you're mentally breaking yourself down.
Yeah.
And what happens is, let's say if you told yourself, this is what I've been telling myself for the past week, and I've had a bad week. I stood an hour in the rain, like, bro, I had a
same.
shit.
I went to go pick up
got
my car.
sick.
My shoes were flooded. But
I had a shit week, right? You know what I said to myself every day? I woke up and I walked. I go, another day in paradise.
You're goddamn right.
I go, another day in paradise.
Same,
It's
bro.
raining outside.
I was thinking. I was
go,
like,
day
man,
in
what would David Goggins do in this moment?
Exactly, bro.
You know that is Simone?
I just wanted
I
to.
need you to locate your balls.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, I did not know that.
the
Okay,
fuck?
what
I
the
don't know. I
fuck?
didn't even know it was that. Go ahead, Simone.
Okay,
David
what is your idea of success?
Man, my idea is it's like kind of what he was saying.
What would you want?
What's your success?
like
specifically?
what
for your
exactly
mind? What
like?
are your goals?
Would
Where do
you
wanna
like
be?
to have like a music label? Would you like to like, I don't know, sign with a music label maybe? Like,
My idea of success is I kind of want to motivate people. To
Okay.
be honest, like my aunt,
aunt.
my auntie.
Oh,
she-
ancestor. Oh, aunt.
aunt.
Aunt. I thought aunt.
It's
Like
aunt
the,
here, bro.
Yeah, my aunt. But
I thought the
Bugs.
insects. I was like, what
no,
the
no,
fuck?
you're good. You're good.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
got a
It's the
pet aunt.
Canadian.
But she was like, she had worked at the RCMP in Canada, which is like basically FBI for Canada, and she had gotten a promotion to basically become the commissioner,
Okay.
which was like the best. You know what? She pretty much
The top.
running exactly, and she was living like in the ghetto, right beside like my grandma's house, and she was like, "Nah, I'm good," because she was just happy, you know, and that kind of changed my like that perspective on a lot of things, because it's like, oh, everyone wants to be famous,
100%.
and it's like, don't get me wrong, like I love making music, but I do not want to be famous. Like I love doing it. I have no problem putting myself out there. I've done concerts before. I would do it again.
Do you know what it is? It's a return on investment, and for some people, they're willing to risk privacy, and privacy of their family and privacy of whoever to be famous, to either inspire other people to be that level of attention, for whatever reason. And that's something, like me personally, it's also like a little amount of fame isn't that bad. Like if I go down the street and someone says, yo, I love you, like that's
Yeah,
nice,
yeah,
because
yeah.
you're inspiring people know who you are. I'm not gonna say that that isn't attractive to people, and to me specifically, right? But the other side of it, the other side of the coin, where it's like, bro, you're walking down the street and you get photos taken of you. You have
Yeah.
no privacy. You got to wear a hat when you go
Yeah.
outside so you don't get recognized. And certain people are willing to risk that. They actually like that, and they don't see it as like a...
Man, it's also like my flaw at the same time though, because I don't know, I don't take myself seriously in that sense, because I don't want, like, I love doing it, but no one is going to take me seriously if I don't take myself seriously.
It all
That's
starts...
like, man, I didn't even play it, by the way. My album is called From Europe with Love, and I'm dropping that shit this month. So,
That's a good title. All right.
but yeah, it's actually a sick album.
Make
But
sure you
it's
check
like
it out. All right, we'll link everything at the bottom.
W.
Yeah. Oh, you see what you got on Spotify?
Yeah, it's gonna be on everything. It's gonna be on Spotify, Apple Music,
We'll
all
link
that
it
stuff.
down. Go check out the link then. Yeah, bro. I mean, it all starts within you. It all starts within you, and I think, like it's like what you said, where your aunt was she turned it down.
Mm-hmm.
That's because the return on it wasn't that attractive, probably.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm good how I am now. It's like, I'm
Exactly.
satisfied with what I got now.
Yeah.
It's for me, it's kind of what it's like with the girls to a large degree. It's like a lot of people think that they want every girl in the world to want them and blah 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 and whatever, when sometimes other people are just completely like, they're fine with just their wife, and they're fine with
Yeah.
just like this girl that truly loves them for who they are, and they don't want much more than that. And I think everyone's a bit different, and it is what it is. But I think it's also, again, like, just from the mind and what you see as the return on investment, and what you're willing to sacrifice, which is like, okay, so if I want to get married and have kids at a young age, you're sacrificing potential years of you going out partying, doing whatever for a child, for this, or whatever. And that's just life in general. But what would you say, to just brutally be honest here, like, what would you say is your, like, biggest hill, like the thing that's stopping you the most right now? Like, that's...
I consider myself a very smart person, but I think what makes me stupid is that I'm able to recognize a lot of things and not actually act on it. And so a lot of people in this generation, it's like manifestation, you know what I mean? Like, or we'll say the quote unquote fake manifestation of people saying like they can do all this like unrealistic shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I don't really know.
What's your next, like, mountain to climb over, I guess? Like, right now, what's the goal? Because that's
album?
the thing. Most people, they don't have
Third album. I have too much music, man.
I think what
I don't release anything, bro.
what we all need to do in this room is set it. It's we have to have a clear vision of what we want, because that's the only way you accomplish what you want. Because if you're basically trying to look for something in the dark, and you know you want something, you know you want to find your glasses, but if you're not gonna turn the lights on, how are you gonna?
I kind of
find
like that. I kind of like
no,
that.
it's
Well, if you're blind, technically, I can't find my fucking glasses.
but that's true, bro. Some people are born blind. Some people will never
mean,
make
yeah.
it.
Oh, well,
that's
luckily, I
something
wasn't
that-
burned blind.
When I was younger, I used to be like,
I tricked my brain.
I used to be
into thinking.
very like, though I didn't know it because I was pretty young. I was very like anti-capitalism. Like I always was like, man, wouldn't the world be better if like we were just all like born equal? And I'm just like, nah. Like the older you get, you just realize, bro, some people are just not meant for anything.
Yeah, it's not possible. It's not. I don't know.
But
I don't think it would benefit us.
I think the NPCs are useful in the world.
No,
I'm
facts.
telling
So
you.
do I.
Like,
No,
let's
I don't
leave
mean it
them-
as like to
let's
put them
leave
down.
them to work at
Some people,
McDonald's.
yeah.
Let's leave them to
Some
serve
people
me.
are not
Like
For
I,
sure. You
like,
need every
going to
type
get
of
more.
person. in
Yeah,
my opinion.
legit.
You need evil people. You need good people. You
I have
need
the
idiots.
utmost respect for those people
It's-
working a 9-to-5 job that love it.
it's like a yin and yang.
yeah.
More respect to
It's
them.
balance.
Exactly.
It's balance.
Exactly.
It's balance. I'm telling you, if there were no NPCs, this world would be fucked. It's better with NPCs, honestly. They're fun. They're entertaining. They're stupid as fuck, which makes us talk about them.
Stupid as fuck.
Oh
God.
Like legit. No, who's
Sheeple.
gonna serve me my tray
But-
at McDonald's
No, but
when I'm gonna be rich?
I don't think.
I don't know
think
why I'm gonna
it's-
eating at McDonald's if I'm rich, but
think-
Dude,
I
an
think it's
android's
to a
gonna be
degree.
serving your McDonald's.
Yeah, no, legit.
legit, I'm gonna see a robot. I'm like, holy shit, that robot's hot.
No, but to a degree,
Fuck waiters, like
to a degree, I agree with
Based.
you. But to another one, I
Baited.
don't. To a,
pulls
to, a,
out a 12
what,
inch.
what don't you agree with?
to a different degree, I don't think it's good. I think it's like too much.
Wait, sorry. What don't you think is good?
Like which is just like that much people are unaware of what the fuck their life
Okay,
is, bro.
but for us
agree.
it's better.
I agree.
But for us it's better. For us it's
not
better.
really. It's-
Yes,
you
because
don't
then
know,
we
wait.
have the dumb people that will buy into our
No,
product.
no, but slow down. That's not.
Listen, if
But morally,
I don't care about
that's
morally,
benefit.
like beneficially to me.
Yeah, that's
It's-
benefit.
okay,
but
you
it's
think
selfish.
You think rich people got rich being
That's
nice?
exactly-
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
100%. I
Hell
no. Yeah,
He
It's
knows
like-
this, but I'm
I
saying
know
I'm trying to
this.
say something like, for example, drop shipping. If every single like 87-year-old knew what drop shipping was, and they know that the same product is sold on AliExpress for 10 euros or 20 euros less, bro, they just go on AliExpress. They're stupid, so they go on Amazon, which is better for me.
Oh yeah, 100%. No.
I don't want
And
those people to go
that's
away.
Their
I want to
fault.
create more.
For
That's
sure.
their fault. That's their fault. That's your responsibility for not looking at the other website. If, in my opinion, like it's whatever. And for some people, like you think if I have $1 million that I'm gonna care about €100 less for
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
fucking iPhone. I don't give a shit, bro.
A mil-
If
Ah,
I go to a iPhone store and I get AirPods right now, rather than if I order them from this website and I get them €50 cheaper, I'm so rich where I don't give a fuck. I get it now. Time is money. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
Like to some people,
Time
no,
is
no,
the most
legit,
expensive.
bro.
I've said this recently to someone on text. I said, because I was waiting for a bus, I would have made it late. My bus did not come. I spent 20 euros on a Bolt from going from Rabat to Chirkewa. And I texted this person. I told them I spent 20 euros on a Bolt. And this person was like, holy shit, that's a lot of money. I said, my time, no money can match it. My time is the most expensive thing I
it's
can
not, for
ever
sure.
get.
I will tell you, I agree with that to a degree, but it's also that is in a way. I don't think like I do that too, but I haven't achieved it. You're not at the.
Yeah, definitely.
Your
Oh, I
time
know
is
what you're
worth
about to.
a
Yeah,
specific
yeah.
amount.
obviously.
Like if you get paid how much an hour? No, comfortable share. Less than 10, right?
Okay, yeah.
You get paid less than 10.
Yeah.
So you spending €20 on a Bolt
Uh-huh.
for 20 minutes, you're fucking losing money. You worked 4 hours.
Yes, but I would have spent 3 hours traveling if I didn't spend those 20 euros.
No, but no. Forget about the other
Uh,
option. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
what I
How
walk.
early are you waking up?
Huh?
How early are you waking up for?
No, I'm talking to go to Chirkewa.
Oh, okay.
No, to my
Yeah,
to
yeah,
work I spend it's an hour,
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm telling you, I would have.
which is still a lot of time.
I would have done the same in your situation, but if I'm being honest, I don't think that me and you have earned.
No,
yet.
absolutely
When
not.
you are really like.
Like Elon Musk can do that.
No, because the thing
Every
is,
second that
if you're
guy
someone-
gets like what 100 or some shit.
this,
I don't know.
the really rich people, what they have is there is an X amount for
Yeah.
their hour. When they go on a podcast, that is worth. Like I know people. I've heard podcasts where a guy goes on. Luke Belmar is a really big one. He goes on. He goes, yeah, my time is worth $2,000.
Joe Rogan.
He goes, yeah, exactly. Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan
For him
doesn't
to
go on
go
any
someone's
podcast.
podcast. Do you know how much money he loses? Do you know how much money he spends? security, traveling, a potential podcast, he
Yeah.
could have recorded with someone else. You don't understand that these people are at a level where for them to wait for a bus and to go on a bus and spend 20 minutes to get somewhere,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah, that's
them
true.
losing money.
yeah, for sure.
That's them losing 2K because they could be at home working
Yeah.
on their fucking business.
Yeah.
They could be
Yeah.
at whatever. So they gotta go. They don't like when I hear people and they're like, yeah, but a bolt is really expensive. Like it's like, yeah, it's expensive because you can't afford it. Trust me. Like these people who have fucking millions, bro. They don't give a shit. You think they give a fuck? 20 euro? They'll laugh in your face, bro. They'll like I'm telling you. And that's something like some of my friends are genuinely like they have the mindset of someone who is truly fucking broke. And I get it, bro, because you can't afford
Man,
it.
school teaches you how to be like that, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the problem.
100%.
That is the
No, no,
problem.
no,
I'm like,
it's
I'm
not
like
also-
22,
it's also the
bro. I
generation,
still hardly even know how to do my taxes. I'm
Yeah, bro,
dead serious. But
taxes
they don't.
are
They do
annoying.
that shit on
Go to
purpose.
Dubai,
No,
bro.
no,
No
no,
tax.
do that shit on
Come to
purpose.
Dubai.
Huh?
That's the thing. In school, if you think about it, they don't teach you the real
I didn't
world.
know what taxes were till I was.
They
Yeah,
don't
yeah, for
teach
sure.
you how to get a SSI. They don't teach you how to manage your tax numbers. They don't fucking teach you anything. They don't teach you how much percentage. I bet 90% of the people that are right now listening, or where we're not having that much viewers, but let's say in Malta, okay,
The two people that are listening.
wait, people that are in school do not know what's the percentage of tax in Malta. I bet
don't know
you.
what it is. 18.
Yeah, correct.
Damn.
It's 18%.
Okay.
I bet people in school did not know that.
Mm.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't teach.
You know how I
Yeah,
learned it
yeah,
was
yeah.
18. McDonald's, bro.
They don't.
I
like
was at
they don't look at the
McDonald's,
receipt.
and I look at the receipt because like I actually started.
Yeah.
I bought something because it was with the machines,
Right.
and the machines were new at the time. Because before you just go up and I was like, all right, machine. I press, I'm with my friend. I'm like, what do you want? He's like, nuggets. Press it, and it says tax 18%. I'm like, the fuck is tax? I'm like, what is a tax, and why is it taking 18% of my money?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what?
No, okay.
It's
so-
18%
exactly.
of
So wait.
what I what?
So wait, exactly.
And
so
then I
that's the
find
thing.
out, yeah, you pay taxes because you're a citizen.
But wait.
What?
Okay,
Like,
so that's
I was
the
so
thing.
confused.
That's the thing that people don't understand. For example, what is tax? How does tax work? People think what? People think you get taken away the money from, well, like when you purchase the thing, that amount of tax gets reduced from the rest of the money of your bank account. Wrong. That the tax technically means the food would have been cheaper if tax wasn't there.
Yeah.
The food would have been 18 cents or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
the tax is cheaper if that tax wasn't there. It's not retracting you. It's not two purchases. It's not the tax that retracts the money from your bank plus the purchase. It's the purchase already has the tax in it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So if, for example, my watch was 350 euros, the tax on my watch was 45 euros. Okay, 45 euros, which means my watch in reality without tax, my watch costs 305 euros.
Yep.
That's how much it costs.
You're literally paying extra
Yeah. Yeah.
for paying.
Yeah.
That's
that-
exactly what you're paying extra for paying, for buying. You
But
want to
then-
buy something, you have
And
to
it's like,
pay.
look at, especially here, look at where all the money's going.
Yeah, it's
Bro,
true.
not here. It's not even.
It's
For
fireworks.
people that don't know, I know a lot of them spend. I know they spend a lot of it on churches and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
It's a touristic country, so it kind of makes sense. But like, I think there's a lot more people that need it, to be honest.
I think
Or
we
it could
do
be going
so
to
much
I think in the
things.
UK
better
is
things.
where it's
Yeah,
mostly
for sure.
fucked.
With like Zach has agreed with me on this a lot of times. It's like the one thing they could be doing, which is the number one reason why there are so many accidents in Malta, is the roads.
I was just about to say the roads are
no one can
fucked.
deny this. The
Yeah.
roads are fucked.
I've seen
And
buildings that still have scaffolding from like a year ago.
I don't need you to like fix all the roads in Malta.
Yeah.
I need you to like fix maybe one road every 3 months, but
Yeah.
fix it fucking well. Not that in 2 years it's gonna be broken again.
Yeah.
Okay, because there is no point then in fixing it.
You want to know another thing is the great thing about here is like free healthcare. Blah,
Yeah,
blah,
exactly.
All
Yeah.
that shit. Another part of it is like, if I'm being honest, bro, you go to a doctor here, they don't give a fuck. They don't get paid enough. Like that's
Yeah.
the thing. In America, I remember talking to my grandmother.
I was
She comes
yeah.
from-
Go ahead.
She comes from New York, and there, you have to like pay.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, what? Why would you pay for like health? And she's like, because it's like the doctors and stuff. And I'm like, and then
It's that
and it was so foreign to me. And the more I thought about it, I go, oh, so that's why my doctor doesn't give a fuck.
No, that's exactly
and
why.
she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, because they're not getting paid enough. I go because they're not getting paid. They're getting minimum from the taxes,
Yep.
bro.
You're
Why? What? Like because they don't give a shit. They're
Yeah.
just getting paid from the government. You barely get any money.
Have you been?
It's just.
Have you been to the hospital like a lot of times? Both of you guys, like here.
It's like the other day.
What would you say is like the longest you've had to wait here?
3 days in the hospital.
You're joking. Before you could get I'm saying before you could see
before.
anyone. I was like, bro, that's fucking insanity.
I stayed 3 days in the hospital because it was COVID. And
I was
broke my arm.
I was thinking the same thing as you. In fact, when he said 3 days, I was
was
like,
like-
what the fuck did you wait for?
That guy's
3
camping.
hours.
Okay.
I was like, what? The guy was in a wheelchair and he couldn't get up the stairs.
Yeah,
Like,
I
what
had
the
surgery
fuck?
and shit.
Man, there's good and bad things about like free healthcare because it's like that in Canada too, but it's like, hey, I just got a car accident and my bone is like protruding out of my leg. Yeah, you gotta wait here for like another 8 hours, buddy.
Yeah.
There's someone whose thumb is infected in the back, and it's like, what the.
But
and it's
he's
like-
got to go before you.
It's clutch, but man, like there's like some people who die
100%.
who are in like the ER. Man, waiting in that emergency room is horrible. You
I know,
just
but
hear people like
the other
puking
day-
their intestines out and shit. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah. The other day I go to check my knuckles. One of them was red completely.
Yeah.
I swear this
Fuck.
guy
I
has
go
more
Okay,
bumps.
wait. Actually, don't forget what you were gonna say. Real quick, I was just gonna say the good thing though about healthcare is that you don't have to wait.
Yeah,
It is
that's
expensive
exactly
as
what I
fuck, but
mean.
if you got a problem, you're in there right away.
In my
But sorry,
opinion,
go ahead.
free healthcare is necessary, and I think it's good for people overall because if not, like, what the fuck? Some people just can't afford it. There's
Yeah.
no way, right? It's necessary. But what's also necessary is paid healthcare. Because if you have the money, you better go to an actual doctor who will tell you what the fuck is up.
Yeah.
Who will actually care because they're getting paid.
Yeah.
Bro, they bring a certain a level of value because you're paying more.
That's why
Yeah,
family
for
doctors are the best doctors. In Italy, you only go to your family doctor.
Yeah, for sure.
No
Exactly,
one fucking
for
goes
sure.
to the hospital.
When I was younger, my mom took me to like our family
Mm-hmm.
doctor, and I was like, "What is this? Like, this is like a private doctor." She's like, "Yeah, you pay him a lot more, but they actually know what the fuck they're talking
Yeah,
about."
yeah,
And I'm like, "Why don't we
yeah.
just go to the?" She's like, "You want to wait there that long? You want to talk to someone who doesn't know what the fuck they're saying?"
Yeah, they actually give a
Blah, 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 blah.
shit.
Yeah.
And they get to know you.
their money, bro. 20
Yeah.
euro for you cough. You're like, he's like this. He writes you some prescription.
I think you're
Bro,
depressed. You should take
40
these
bucks.
antidepressants.
40. I'm like, Mom. Did
I
you
wanna
give
become a
him-
doctor.
Did you give him like a wrong amount of money? No, I gave him 30 euro. We were in there for 5 minutes.
I fucking hate doctors, man. I hate doctors.
But it's-
man,
it's,
like these doctors I'll be like,
They'll be replaced by bots. Don't worry.
that's even scarier. They'll tell you to go. They'll go tell you to go chop your fucking kid's dick off because you're secretly a woman. For fuck's sakes, man.
That's the best.
Man,
Ah,
this
fuck
shit
that.
they'll do it. They'll be coming and be like, yeah, like I'm sad because I got broken. I just went through a breakup. They're like, oh, take these antidepressants. This is not gonna
That's
make you more
terrible.
depressed. Bro, but like, because I won't say, it, but like one of my friends was like that.
Please
And it-
insert
and
the
it was like-
prescription into the machine.
But he was like fully
Yeah.
convinced. It's like, yeah, like I don't know if I want to go out or I'm taking these pills because I have depression, and it's like you're telling yourself you have depression. You know what? It's like there's a difference between going through a hard time and actually being depressed. You know what I mean? It's good to go through hard shit, but
There's a difference between depression and being depressed. There's
yeah,
depression is
exactly.
a
Some people are
severe
born with
level,
it.
bro.
It's like anxiety.
Yeah.
Some people, everyone can feel
genetic,
anxious, but some people
yes.
are born with anxiety.
Some people just have terrible thoughts that they manifest into depression.
Yeah.
It's
I want to try to go to what's called a therapist just to see if it's fucking true because I don't believe in it. I'm sorry.
depression.
I've never tried
not
it. I don't wanna
depression.
knock
I'm not
it.
saying I don't believe in depression. I don't like. What can a therapist do? I have Zach. Zach listens to all my problems.
Based.
Yeah.
W.
I do the same thing to him. I don't need people.
Men,
Same,
I don't
same.
give a fuck how misogynist this sounds.
Depression isn't real.
Therapy is not for guys, bro. I don't care. For some guys, yeah, but for most, bro, if you are like depressed,
for
'cause
people that
you're-
go to
if you're-
MCAS
no, no, no,
Mosta,
listen,
sure.
Listen, if you're depressed, if you just went through a breakup, everyone's
Oh,
different, and I'm
fuck
not
off.
generalizing, but if you went through a breakup and you're a guy,
Yeah.
you've been dating her for like a year or two, and you go to a therapist. You need to reassess.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
need to reset your life, bro. You need to reevaluate
Yeah.
shit, and one that means you don't have quality friends and quality boys around you, bro. Because if you
They're always before hoes.
if you went through a breakup and your guy friend is just like, well, it's just life, bro. You're gonna have to get through it for yourself. Like, you need to like. Then you're like, oh, I don't got the answers. I should go. That means that there's really something lacking, and it's either mental strength or quality people next to you, bro. And it's sad to see. It's sad to see that like that much people are just giving. They don't think that they can get through something as simple as that. And they're giving what you're doing is essentially giving the responsibility to someone else.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's actually a lot easier to snap out of it than people think.
100%.
But when you have
It's
shit,
that self-belief.
like, bro, it's like, because when you're sad, you might look at that one sad reel a couple of seconds longer. Now your algorithm is all sad shit, and now you're actually sad, and you're like, it's, I don't know. And you know, like, they do that shit on purpose, huh?
Oh, yeah,
And same thing with women. Like, this is a fact
Women.
that women are more likely to consume than men are. So there's a lot of people that think that the way society is in this whole like bad bitch movement, and you should go fuck who you want and as many dudes as you want. There's a lot of people that believe they're doing it on purpose to make women sadder in the long run. So that they just become consumers.
No, they literally.
So that they spend more money on things like this.
They
and for
make
people
you
that think like,
being
why?
a whore is empowerment.
Yeah, exactly. And the people
Go girl.
that might think like, why would you be sad from having a lot of sex or whatever? It's because the way you fall in love. I was saying this to you the other day, but the way you fall in love for men and women is different.
Yeah.
As in the endorphin that actually gets released in your brain, like. For women, it comes from sex.
Do you want to know something interesting?
But the more sex you have, it becomes depleted, right?
100%. That's
So
what I was
it's
about to
harder
say.
for them to attach to people.
Sex drains the soul, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh, it does, especially
Because you're
casual
giving
sex.
Yeah, casual sex drains the soul because you're giving yourself to someone else, and that's one thing I've actually been talking to myself about, and I just can't like because I do think it is. I know it's very different for men and women, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I do still think that casual sex is draining for men too. And that's something where it's like I
Yeah, it
do-
is.
don't
Can be.
I just think it is, but
I just think it lowers the value of it.
yeah, I think it's just
does.
you're giving yourself
Becomes
out.
like your norm.
That's exactly what it is. But for women, it's obviously a lot worse. I don't care what anyone says; it just is. And
Bitch.
the thing is, statistics show that if you
What
had,
statistic?
the more partners you had, the more
Every
likely,
person on the listening to
the
this
more
podcast.
likely you are to end up divorced. Legit, like if you
Well, it's
have
like,
like it goes up
No, I
by
agree, yeah,
5%.
Yeah.
Some crazy statistic like that. You want to know that 80% of women are initiating divorces. Why the fuck do you think, bro? It's because
yeah.
it's because
They're
the
not
guy
big
that
enough.
they're with that give them the ring. They're like, oh, but there's a guy who's richer. There's a guy who's this.
But it's-
social
yeah,
media, dating apps have
No.
completely ruined.
But that
Really?
has,
Yeah,
but it
for
has,
sure.
ru-
You
that,
have
but
all these insecure people.
but that
and
has
stuff like
ruined
that.
that has ruined everyone. Like,
Yeah.
for example,
I will
God.
tell you this:
Peop-
life right now for the average guy is the worst it's ever been.
Yep.
Life right now for the top G is the best it's ever been.
Yeah.
If you're in
I'm
the
still feeling
1%,
pretty good,
if
though,
you're in the
but, like-
1% guy, if you're a 1% guy, life is the best right now because you have. If you're Drake, you're the best. You're great. Life is the best right now for you, better than it ever was in human history. Right? It's like before, like a king. When
Right.
you had a king, you had access to almost every fucking woman. That's how it is now, to a even higher level. Because there's models wanting you,
Yeah.
people willing to get off with their husband for you, blah, blah, blah. But for the average dude, it's the worst it's ever been.
yeah.
Because those girls
Like,
want that guy.
That's the thing. That's the thing I hate when like old generation, like my boss and people like this say, "Bro, it's so easy to get pussy now." Shit like this, right? To get a woman that actually likes you is so hard. Reason is, when you step into a club these days, you have to be, like Zach said, the 1% of guy in the club or that she has seen on the internet for you to
Status.
even reach the level she wants you to be.
Yeah.
Back then, when there was no phones, no nothing, it was just a group of 20 guys, and you had to stand out of the 20
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Not out of
Yeah,
7 billion
millions.
people.
By either being a
Yeah.
bit taller,
Okay.
a bit funnier,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bit
yeah.
this than them.
For sure.
Now, girls want the tall guy.
Yep.
Not all girls, though. Not all girls,
No,
but yes,
But I'm
yes.
saying majority of girls want guys that are over what 6? No, either 6 foot or over.
Yes.
That is the what 20% of the population
Less
of the
than-
world.
less than 10.
less
Keeps
than
going less and less.
10% of the population of the world. They want guys that aren't
Six
uh,
figures.
uh,
It makes
fat.
6 figures.
That is way lower than 10% of the
Yeah,
population. You have to realize that niche. What the fuck? happens with
Meanwhile,
all
they're
the rest?
average.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they are just another girl.
Yeah.
Listen. Girls,
crazy fucking
don't
fuck.
settle for a bum. But I think you guys should appreciate a little bit more what you guys have because
Thank
we
you.
aren't these 1% men out here. We're not driving Bugattis.
Yeah, not even driving Bugattis, but I'm not taking fucking pictures with a mask on because I look emo and like with my hair was styled weird or fucking wearing leather jackets.
But
Like,
honestly, I don't think it's like it's something with maturity if they realize that, but it's also just the way it
yeah,
is.
another thing.
Biologically,
Talk to a
that's-
man to understand what a man is. Don't look at his pictures on fucking Instagram. That doesn't mean shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
100%. But
Yeah,
the,
for sure.
The thing is also is like it's just biologically that's how it is, and dating apps and social media and being hyper connected to everyone in the world.
Yeah.
It like that changes everything. You know why? Because women innately have this biological thing in their head that when they see someone, that when they see a man who is stronger, more powerful, more status, more whatever, that they are initially just more attracted to that. So it fucks everything up because when they go on Instagram, they get attention constantly from these average dudes, and every once in a while, if they look that good, from these people who are higher.
Yeah,
up.
I agree.
And it innately just goes, okay, so I am this valuable. I am worth as much as this guy who texted me, who is very rich, ripped, and 6'4", right? And then innately they won't settle for less. They won't.
Yeah.
Cause what? No, I see guys on my Instagram all the time that are rich and this and whatever and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So it completely. And then that's why, like, bro, I'm telling you, girls don't know this shit. Guys know this shit. 60-70% of guys aren't even looked at. They aren't even
100%,
looked at.
100%.
You could be a girl that's out of shape, doesn't fucking do anything with her life. Literally wake up, go out, drink, go back home, do the same, not care about school, do whatever. You will still get attention from a male.
Man,
They took it.
yeah.
Bro, it blew my mind. At first I was like, no way, and then it was actually like they did a fake account on Tinder, one of a guy that is above average looking, something like a male model picture, right? They put it up, and he got like maybe 2 or 3 matches, and then they put one up of a girl that's like obese,
Right.
and they put pictures of her up, and she
Right.
got like hundreds
What?
of matches. I'm not even.
Why?
I'll try to pull it up. Well, why? Because think of it. It's the classic joke of Tinder, just guys swiping. Just swiping,
Yeah.
just swiping,
No, you're goddamn
just
right.
swiping.
You're
While
goddamn
girls are like, what? No.
right. I think it's like
girls,
I think they're
girls
like
deny
5%.
I think girls
likely
deny
to-
80% or 90%.
Yeah.
Or 9 out of 10 guys that they swipe.
Yeah.
Legit, they deny.
Bro.
What the fuck? Like, that's what I mean, bro.
We'll be out here not even looking, doing something else.
Yes, exactly.
Just
us,
swiping, you know what I
us, we like that's what it
My
is. bro.
God.
One of which is because we're dogs, and most guys will just fuck anything.
We're just trying to get
because
stimulated,
some of us
bro.
will fuck anything. 2 is because we're honest. We're honest with ourselves, bro. If I'm a 4, fuck it, I'll go with
A 4.
a 4. Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'll be lucky to get a 5, and then that's it. You don't go. No, I need a girl who's. Imagine if we were saying this shit, bro. Imagine if we were saying, nah, I'm only gonna
Man,
accept
I don't give a
Victoria's
fuck.
Secret models, and that's it.
Want to
No.
know something? I'm
For
actually
us,
losing
bro,
attraction to a lot of those really good-looking girls, to be honest,
some
because
of
they
them are
all
just
have the same
mental,
fucking
mental,
toxic,
bro.
demonic mentality. I don't think it's everyone. I think you're a diamond in the rough if you're like if you're actually intelligent. Well, I mean, not saying girls are intelligent, but
rare.
like you know what I mean. Like,
Specify that.
But
because
Not
our
girls.
people-
I mean, like,
if-
no, yeah.
man, the most honestly, like all I really want. You know what I want from a girl? She doesn't need a fat ass. She doesn't need huge tits.
See?
She needs to be like have a decent.
She needs to
face.
throw a
She
Red
doesn't
Bull
even need to
can
have the
at
prettiest
Simone.
face, bro. If she's nice to me, she's decent around like my friends and my family, and if she's actually intelligent.
Yeah.
there is nothing more
She needs to be French.
attractive than a
She
girl.
needs to be throwing a can of Red Bull at Simone, pissing him the fuck off.
Bro.
And
Yo, no,
Leeam nearly
yo, I
smacking
remember
the
that.
shit out of
Yo,
her.
listen,
Because himself, he got pissed at her because she
Yeah,
did that.
okay, Zach has no idea what we're talking about. All right, but she was Polish, first of all.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh, but I'm sorry. To
French
anyone
girls
who's
wouldn't do you like
Polish,
that.
Okay, sorry.
Man, one time I brought this Polish girl, this model to in town.
way.
Yeah.
No
But it was
way.
right, and whatever, we were chilling, and I actually liked her a lot. She was really nice, and she was actually pretty smart. Like whatever, it was vibey. And we're chilling, and I forget what Simone said, but the girl I was with threw the drink at Simone, and I was like, I looked at her, I was like, are you fucking crazy? I'm like, don't do that.
There was
And at the
Blaze,
same time-
a Stan. Everyone was like, "Bro, what?" And
I was like, what the
so,
fuck? She was laughing. I could tell Simone, bro. Honestly, I was like, had a lot of respect for you holding it back because at the same time I was like, oh, I kind of like this girl, but I told her, I was like, yo, you're fucking stupid. I was like, why would you do that? And she was like, oh, he was being a douchebag. I'm like, so. I'm like, you
imagine
don't-
if a guy did.
You don't exactly. you
If
don't
a
throw
guy
shit. You
threw
don't throw
something
shit.
at her, boom, it's a fight.
Bro.
Girls have that power now because, like, they can't, because they don't have anyone telling them, like, they don't think that
know.
they're gonna get anything. And if someone stood up and fucking slapped her in the face, who's gonna get shit?
Exactly.
How could
Exactly.
you? Blah, 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 blah.
There's a lot of situations
And it's
where
true. I don't agree with
With
oh
the
yeah,
Frankie
you should hit her.
situation.
No, but certain things, bro. The fuck are you? Do you think you're doing? The thing is, they don't have any like. Okay, I was being a bit of a bitch. They're like, well, he was being.
No,
a bitch.
honestly,
She
what
kind
the
of
fuck? Do you
apologized. She
being
kind
a
of
douche-
apologized after. I'll be honest with that. I was
she did.
appreciative of
Okay,
that.
good.
Yeah, because
but I told her, I
remember-
was like, why the fuck would you do that?
No, yeah. But
still,
you
yeah,
could see,
yeah,
you
yeah.
could see
That you
every
think you could
guy's
do that?
reaction at the table. Stanley, Blaze, they were like,
Why? What did you say?
no, I don't know. I said like
I think
something
he he kept cutting
Fuck.
off Alan's girlfriend or something. I don't even remember, but
Oh,
it wasn't. I don't
yeah.
even think he was talking to her. And I was like, "Are you fucking dumb?"
I think, yeah,
Huh?
I think I was.
She's a model, bro. But
Like a model.
I think I
she
was.
was alright, bro. She was
Show me the picture.
alright. No, don't worry about it. It's a
I
secret.
think I like
But
I was
anyway.
like joking around like like being a dickhead to
You know,
girls type of
thinking
shit.
thinking back on it, bro. She's kind of unattractive. She thought she was like the baddest bitch.
That's the most.
You know what I mean?
unattractive.
I
She was
hated
super
the way she
smart.
was
I loved.
speaking,
Like
though.
she was cool.
The
She was vibey, but it was
tone
just like-
she had. I was like, this girl, like the way she moved, I didn't like.
There's
it.
nothing wrong with being confident,
Sassy.
but it's like it's the way you're kind of like looking down on people. I don't really.
That's
fuck
where it
with, to
turns
be
into
honest.
Exactly,
ego and thinking
exactly.
You're better than like. When it's like
No, but for example, I was gonna ask you this. Do you like? I honestly think every time I go out on a first date with someone,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like as soon as she's gonna go home and she's gonna swipe on Instagram, that's it. I'm gonna be forgotten, right? Because she's gonna see a guy who has like on a yacht more
Yeah.
ripped than me, you know, and it's so fucking annoying.
Man,
I
you
don't
just
know.
gotta not give a fuck because
Yeah,
it's,
I know,
it's
I know.
probably
It's
gonna.
either,
It's probably
you
gonna.
don't give a
happen,
fuck
but-
or you climb to the top, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the thing. And it depends. It depends what you want, and it depends, because for a lot of guys, bro, and something that I used to have, and recently I've been changing my mind, but like, what it is, dude, is like sometimes it's just better. Sometimes it's just better to like find yourself, wait a long time, wait a while, and find yourself a good girl that won't do that shit, that
Yeah.
won't is loyal to you and whatever.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
rare as fuck, but
Oh,
I
that's
don't think
rare.
it's that rare. Don't
Yeah,
put the
exactly.
fuck-
I don't think
no,
it's that
no,
rare,
it's-
honestly.
no, it is rare. It is.
Um,
But it's not that rare. It's not.
It's not as rare as people think.
But if I'm being
Not gonna lie,
honest,
the girls here, I've asked them a lot of this shit, and they're actually pretty smart. I like
Yeah,
the way, I like the way
because-
most of them
because
think.
because they're
Maltese,
old
yeah.
because they're old style. I like that.
It's
they're
the
in the
tradition.
south, bro. They're in the south.
Uh-huh.
Remember that.
Yeah,
If you
true.
go up in the north, why am I holding the mic like Jay-Z? Like if you go up to the north,
Yeah.
like where I'm from,
Yeah.
bro, they're fucking bitch. Like no offense, but like they're like if you go north like Latvia, like
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
Eastern Europe, good, approved. If you go fucking like Italy, retarded as fuck, because
France, I'm sorry, bro.
Dude, it's okay. But what were you gonna say? What about it? What about it? What about it? I actually don't care because I shit on them all the time.
French girls are cute, but from what I've met,
Uh huh.
I don't know.
They most of them also
wait, I
have.
don't even.
Okay, I don't.
who's
I
French
wouldn't say.
though?
I'm not gonna generalize. I'm not gonna generalize.
I'm not. No, not.
But I have met some girls that do think like they're the shit, and that's
No, I've met French girls where they're like great, but like I've heard some shit like, or I saw like this interview thing in France, and I was like, what the fuck? They're
Read me 10 books.
Yeah, yo. They're
Fucking
that
idiots.
But that accent does something to me, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, but
Agreed.
yeah, that's yeah.
But like,
I'm
French
not gonna lie.
girls-
I'll say this: when Zoe's spoken French
Yeah.
at this podcast, I was like, that is mental, bro.
But I love her, man.
She's great.
Anyways.
No, but like, for me, it depends, bro. Because if you want to climb up the status, like that's what I was saying earlier. If you want to climb up to the status and be at the top and whatever, that will get you a lot of things, and it's something to be like happy about, because you'll it takes something. It takes something, and it's earned. But sometimes it's kind of better to just be lower down and have someone who is truly committed to you, bro.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Like something that guys forget is that monogamy was invented by men for a reason,
Let's
and it was
go.
it was invented by us for a reason. Is because, bro, we're loyal. If I'm being, I don't care how misogynistic this sounds or whatever. We are more loyal than women, and it's just true. But biologically, they will go with who will protect them the most. They will go who is more likely for survival, because women aren't built.
No, some
and
of these
a
girls
lot
are
of
with
things have
cucks though
changed.
that are like willing to let their boyfriend like.
Okay, that's either
you know
because
what I
they're
mean?
on the
Like-
pill.
Oh yeah.
No. I'm telling you, bro. You have no clue.
Don't get him started with this, please.
You have no clue how much shit there is, bro. It's either because they're on the pill, all right, which is when you're on the pill, it makes you attracted to weaker guys. I'm not kidding. It
Bums.
makes you more attracted to the guy who is gonna give you more like love and attention, and the sensitive guy and whatever. When you're off the pill, you look for that fucking, I don't want to say
Masculine.
alpha, but that guy, the top.
Yeah.
And
The
I'm telling
top
you, bro,
G.
because it completely it changes your hormones.
What color is your
And
Bugatti?
women have
Yeah,
a
exactly,
cycle.
man. Have you seen the fucking side effects on that thing? It's like
terrible.
a double-edged paper
It's
that's
terrible.
like this big.
It's terrible for women. I
Really?
recommend
It's like half a
any
meter
woman,
tall, man.
Any woman who's listening to this, get off that shit.
Guys,
Get
do
off
you
that shit.
gu-
And there's a fucking reason, bro. Sex comes with responsibility, bro.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's not something to joke
Exactly.
around about, and to this hypersexualized like era is terrible for both men and women.
Yep.
And it's extremely terrible because it's just like these things are modern inventions and they shouldn't be used with that level of care, where it's just like, I want to get dick down and blah blah blah. What are
But okay, that's actually what I was
want a
gonna say
sexual
earlier. is
experience,
I think
like-
a lot more women should be held accountable, or just like should have to face more consequences. Like it's just like shit like that is too easy. Oh, I'm pregnant. I'm gonna go catch a. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go get an abortion, or I'm gonna go get it for adoption, or actually I'm gonna actually just baby trap him, divorce him, get his money, and then I'll still get people that want to fuck me after.
I'm telling you.
Or bro,
haven't-
you know what drives me crazy, bro? Those girls that accuse men of raping them, and it wasn't true, and then they get no consequences, and they make every other girl who actually went through that situation just look bad. It's like, fuck me, that shit pisses me off so much.
I've never experienced anything to that degree, but that is something that's extremely, I don't know, it's just dangerous. Anytime it's anything about sexual whatever, it's extremely dangerous because a lot of the times, well, you don't know. And second of all, even just innately in our nature, we're going to listen to the woman first because men are just like stronger or whatever. So when a girl says like he raped me, initially you're always like, okay, well that's what I'm gonna think. But the worst thing, bro, is what's happening today is it's turning from innocent until proven guilty to guilty until proven innocent. When it's a
Yeah.
man involved, bro, you're a rapist until it comes out that you're not. You did it until the DNA comes.
Yeah,
For
and it's
now,
like,
everyone's gonna assume you're
yeah,
that guy.
and even still after, like, they don't get their careers back,
100%.
and I think
It's
you
like-
should do
it's Johnny
jail
Depp.
time for that.
Johnny
That's
Depp is the
really
perfect
fucked
example.
up.
Johnny
Johnny
Depp actually got his role back.
He did.
And I'm really happy
He
with
did
that.
start getting more shit after, but during the time, you
But
know,
for
it's-
years,
yeah,
for years,
yeah.
he went bankrupt. He didn't get any roles. Nothing.
But yeah, even especially athletes, they lose their scholarships, and the school wants
That's a
nothing to
big
do with
thing.
them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not. It's scholarships aren't even a thing here. But
Yeah.
Well, what were you saying? I like what you were about to say because
Oh, I was gonna say, like, I love, like, I love history in general, but I really like kind of the history of fashion too,
Yeah,
like
bro.
Alexander McQueen and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I'm really interested in that shit. I'm really interested, honestly, in like runaway stuff. I
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
I'm
same. But
not
now it's kind of
interested
like
in,
now it's turned into this whole thing of people care more
Yeah.
about like
no, I'm not that.
models
I'm not
instead of
into
the
it,
art
bro.
and stuff
I'm not.
like that.
I'm not too that into it. I'm not that into it. But I've seen like some history stuff
Yeah.
about it, and I was like, this shit's pretty cool.
I just see it as like consumerism. Also,
Oh, yeah.
especially where I
Yeah.
come from, like everybody who's got a Gucci belt, that's how you point out the broke boys.
That's-
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I rather go thrift shopping. Like, bro, my whole outfit right now is probably less than like $100.
I can't say.
I don't. I like very few brands. My favorite brands are brands that are like really high quality, but no branding. Like I hate like Tommy Hilfiger and all these like big ones because you just look like a walking advertisement.
Yeah, that's
and
kind of what
He
it is.
got-
That's the point of it, right?
He got that from me. I love him for that. I've always said that you're a walking billboard when
Yeah,
you wear
you are.
Gucci
Yeah.
and shit.
You
like
are.
But you're literally, but that's the whole point. It's honestly genius because it's like, okay, well, we're gonna get this brand, we're gonna put status to it, to show that it's expensive. People will wear it. Other people will know about it because it screams our logo.
Yeah.
So it's free advertising for us. Make it more expensive so they feel like their clothes are more worth it or more
Yeah,
valuable.
exactly. It's like
You
Supreme
stun.
and
You
shit.
think you're stunning on these people, like, bro. That's the thing. I
Yeah, but do
I
you even have a
don't-
Supreme crowbar?
Like, no,
like.
But sorry, what
but
were you
Supreme
saying?
is cool.
Attaching yourself to these things is really stupid,
Yeah.
bro. And
Yeah.
I love, like, I like good quality coats. I love, like, if I'm being honest, shoes. Like, I love Jordans. Jordans are just great. I just love how they like aesthetically look, and I think they look great with an outfit. But there is no like attachment to it when it's like I go down the street and I'm like, you look at my shoes. You see
Yeah,
how
yeah,
expen-
yeah.
You see how expensive they are? No, I'm like these ones specifically. I always say the price of them because they're a gift.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I find them like really valuable because Simone gave them to me, right? So it's something where it's like it means a lot. But if I wear anything like really nice, really expensive, I just say like, yeah, thanks. That's it. I don't go like, yeah, it's Nike. Look, it's this, it's whatever. So sometimes I'll. The only thing I have this Nike hoodie that I get complimented on all the time,
Yeah.
right? And I always go, yeah, it's way too expensive. And then they go like, what? And I go, it's like €100. Like it's great, but I don't know why I spent this much
Yeah.
money on it. And it's not like
Yeah.
I'm trying to be like, it's €100. It's more like I felt like an idiot when I bought it. But honestly,
it's like a tech flea, bro.
yeah. But honestly, it's great. Like I've had it for a year.
€210 for my
Like it doesn't age. Like it stayed
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same. I get complimented on all the time. I can wear it under clothes, over. It's great, honestly.
Okay, wait, it's kind of off topic, but you guys watch basketball or no?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I watch basketball.
Okay.
Honestly.
who's your favorite team?
I'm
My
like
team?
Michael
come
Jordan
on.
era, and then I kind of stopped.
Man,
watching, but-
okay, I kind of have to say Raptors because they're
Raptors.
the only team from Canada.
I-
But favorite player is probably
Coach.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis. Oh my
I'm
God,
not gonna lie.
he's a different.
Because before
Yeah, bro.
like Michael Jordan was like
Big.
when you think Nike really like you think kind of Jordans type
Yeah, yeah,
typically
100%.
usually, you know what I mean?
Or Kobe's. Kobe's are.
But before that it was Converse, right?
yeah.
And Dennis Rodman used to have this fucking sick pair of Converses. But now it's all Nike and stuff
He
like
was
that.
crazy, bro. Like he'd come out in games with like different hairstyles. He'd
Yeah, he was sick cause
Here's
well like him and Allen
fuck,
Iverson,
Fuck yeah.
they just kind of like did their own style. But he was also like the best defensive player in my opinion.
Oh,
But-
100%, 100%.
He was sick.
Yeah.
I'd say Shamrocks.
Who the fuck is that?
You don't know who the Shamrocks are.
Oh, Shamrocks. I thought you said Sean
no,
Rocks.
no. Well, but favorite player personally,
Yeah.
Steph. I love
Really?
how easy he makes everything seem.
Yeah, he's
Like,
sick.
he
Not
just,
gonna
like,
lie.
He's and I like. I'd never thought this was a thing, but I find him incredibly humble. Like when I heard like some of his
Yeah, it's
interviews,
true.
he's incredibly humble for how good he is.
Yeah.
I'll
for
be
sure.
honest, and like it's so weird because like you both mentioned like Kobe and Michael, they had all this thought that they were like the best, and they knew they were the best. And to me, I don't know why, but I find a really big appreciation in the humble people because to me, as much as bragging and all of this actually brings you more to the
Yes.
top, I believe this 100%. I do like the humble ones. I do like people that, for example, I don't like Ronaldo personally.
Really?
I bet he's a great player, but
Yeah, but
It's
okay,
motivational.
all right, here
You know
here
what I
to
mean?
say something that I used to be like that. I used to have that exact same opinion on Ronaldo. When is it just true?
no, yeah,
That's the thing
okay.
about ego. That's the thing about these people saying like, I'm the
This
best.
is the thing, though,
I'm the
is-
best
is-
ever. You're like,
Yeah.
bro, this guy sounds so cocky.
But Maradona
Is he the
or
best? Though?
Ronaldinho? Like
He might just be the best.
There, my guy. It's Ronaldinho all day. First of
Yeah,
all,
okay.
And at the same time, you need people to know their place. Not everyone can be Michael Jordan, and I use this example all the time.
Humility.
For it, it's I'll say this. I'll say this
Say it.
example to women sometimes too. It's like everyone wants to be the best.
I'm a 10.
But it's like there are things that people are better at than you are, and things that you're better at than other people.
But you look like Monster
like
You wanna
Scottie
know something?
Pippen.
You wanna know
Scottie
something?
Pippen, bro. My
Hey,
bad. I didn't mean to
that's
cut
who
you
I
off.
was gonna say is
But
my favorite.
it's like Michael Jordan would have never done as well as he did
Without him, yeah.
because he is the best number 2,
Yeah,
and he
teammate.
never left. He never wanted to be. Oh, I'm in his shadow.
He knew his place. That's
place,
exactly, bro.
and that's why they won so many rings. But some of these people, like Kyrie and stuff like that. But yeah, but sorry, what were you gonna
Kyrie's
say?
great. I like him.
I love him too, but it's the same thing.
He's great.
He had things that were working for him, and he just didn't want to be in LeBron's shadow. Look at him bouncing from team to team. He still never won a championship.
Yep. Yep. What's it called? That's who I was gonna actually mention. But Michael Jordan's my favorite just because he's Michael Jordan. Like I don't care. I know it's like, oh, you're only saying that because he's the best. Well, yeah, but it's also when I see him, bro, when I hear him talk, when I it's probably my favorite documentary, the one on Netflix, Last Dance.
Yeah.
Best, bro. When I saw that, I was like, same thing with him. I always thought he was a cocky asshole, and then
He
saw
is.
that,
I fucking hate
and
him.
I was like,
But he
and
motivates me
I
so
hate
much.
him, but I love him. That's the thing, bro.
You know, he would have never been as good as he is if his dad would have never
Exactly,
been
bro.
like, you will never
You're
be
not
as good as your brother.
Yep,
You know what I mean?
exactly, bro. Like the amount of, like it's there's something, like, spiritually higher when you see him play. Like that's the level he's at, bro.
I use that a lot in my
it's
life
like-
too. To be honest, I fucking hate when people encourage me sometimes. Like, that sounds weird, but when people, like, when I'm doing something good and they congratulate me for it, I'll tell them, like, listen, I appreciate it, but don't do that. Because it's making me feel like I'm doing enough and I'm satisfied
Comfortable.
to be on. And it's like, when I've had people, like, especially at my work, I wanted to do something, and my boss was asking the dude who was training me, like, do you think he's ready? Like, do you think I'm ready? And he said no. And I was like, what?
It's that honest.
I was like, you don't think so? Like, watch me prove you wrong.
100%, bro.
And I've
It's
Yeah,
keeping those
100%.
people accountable. It's keeping, like, that's the thing about having like a girlfriend and settling down. It's terrible, bro. I think like if you're getting married at a young age, it can be great, but it can also be fucking terrible, bro. Because you lose that edge. Because
What do you mean?
Because, bro, it's like, let's say you're going to the gym 6 times a week. You're working out every day. You're improving with your physique. You're on your shit. You're working. You're making money. You bring a girl into your life, and a lot of time and energy goes towards her, right? Let's say, and one night you go watch a movie.
Yeah.
Cheat on your diet.
Yes.
You say, I'm not gonna go to the gym today because I'm with her. I'm not gonna work.
Distractions.
I'm not gonna work on that album because I'm gonna spend time with my boo
Yes.
tonight. And then it just turns into you lose all of that energy and you put it
Yeah.
towards her. And then what happens is you start gaining weight, and she tells you, "No, you're still like really no.
Why
I
does
love
this
you.
sound
you're
so
cute. You're
personal and
handsome."
so,
No,
accurate?
it's because I've also heard like
Yeah,
other people, and
It's relatable to me, to be
I've
honest.
seen it, bro.
Yeah.
And then it's like
I've gained weight when I was with a girl.
100%.
I prefer.
have, yeah.
I completely ditched my passion because I was
I'm
so
saying-
in love
I'm
with this
saying- I'm saying
person.
without
You
her,
know what I
not
mean?
with the girl. That's when I started gaining. I mean, gaining
Fat
weight.
or like weight, like
Weight.
this is very different.
Okay, whatever. Fuck off.
Because like
but
I legit got more out of shape.
It's
when
kind
I
of
was-
torture because it's like also as men, and we are kind of programmed that we feel like we need to be doing more.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
tell you.
But
let
we're
me
also
tell you, bro,
inclined
this
that
is
we
what
want to
it is.
be with this woman.
Let me
Yeah,
tell you
like,
what this
man.
is, bro. The way a relationship truly works is when a man is on his mission.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't give a fuck,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I don't give a shit. Like, to me,
It sets both your mindset.
put
to a
energy
good
towards
place.
your
Yeah, for
girlfriend,
sure.
but never put her above your mission. I'm sorry, but especially
Yeah,
when you're young,
I
don't.
believe in that too.
Fuck
Your
that.
career is number one.
Fuck that.
Your family is like
Whatever.
if it's not your family, it's your career.
Whatever it is, bro.
Even still,
Whatever it is. Something I was gonna mention earlier. I kind of lost track of what I was gonna say. I think we were talking about.
I've been doing that a lot
Yeah, I lost track of. Fuck.
because I don't want to cut you off either. You know.
Nah, it's fine. But the
Don't
thing with
worry.
Michael Jordan, that's the biggest. Like, when I just see him play, it's something completely different, and it's I love reading about him and stuff. And that's the thing about that's what I wanted to say. Like about Ronaldo, is I used to think he was a cocky asshole. I still kind of do. Because innately, when you hear someone say, I am the best, like, you're like, fucking this guy. Like, is he wrong? That's the thing. Like, in my opinion, Messi is better than Ronaldo. And in my opinion, Messi is talent and Ronaldo's hard work.
It's like natural talent
So
for
they're
Messi.
kind of, yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
I think
there will never
think-
be anyone
I
like
think
him.
Messi, like, there's something instilled in him that he was born with.
But you know what I
think
don't like
Ronaldo
about him?
outworked everyone.
Yeah.
And that's something I give respect to him. And when he says he's the best, I'm not like, oh, this guy. Like, I'm like, yeah. He's the best, and if
agree.
he's not number one, he's at least number two, which still makes him the best too.
Basically,
Though
Ronaldo
they are
is
the best
Kobe
too.
of football.
In a way, yeah, in a way.
He just has
I personally-
personality, bro. Messi doesn't really have personality.
Yeah.
Because he's
But
Argentinian,
I-
and doesn't know English. Trust
I-
me, I bet he'd be talking and shit.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I'd
I think
be.
he's also very private.
But he just doesn't show it, bro. He's been playing when he's like fat before. You look up fat Messi, but it's like yeah. But it's like
Bro, but have you seen footage of him when he was younger? Like, if you see footage of Ronaldo when he was younger, he's just a kid. Where it's like, damn, he's good at football. He might have a lot of potential. And you see him.
Messi was a prodigy.
10 years
know why, though?
later, and he's insane. It's like because hard work, right? You see Messi when he was younger, moves the same.
yeah.
It's insane. His
Yeah.
footwork
Yeah.
is exactly the same, and he's 8 years old.
It's because
You look at him and you go, he is a born talent.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. You know, like who Hasbulla is. Hasbulla and Messi actually have the same disease. Messi had
I
the same
know.
disease, and he took
yeah.
hormones to grow out of it. He's still like obviously very short, but nowhere near on the same level as Hasbulla.
yeah.
And the reason that
It's like
Messi
he grew from
is like that.
grew in like 2 years. Like 10
yeah,
inches.
exactly. But it's because like since he's so short, he has like a
Center of gravity.
exactly. Like
So
his
it makes
physical on
easier
FIFA should be more. God damn it!
It's
But you just can't
it's an
push him over
advantage.
because
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Yeah.
His center of gravity is so low.
Yeah.
Because
What-
he's so short.
Another thing that wanted to take me into is what you were saying about being number two and all these people with egos and whatever. The best thing to know, and this is everyone, there's always someone better than you, and there's always someone worse than you.
Mm-hmm.
When that comes to music, when that comes to accomplishments, when
Yeah.
that comes to your watch, there's always someone with a watch that's cheaper than you.
Yeah.
There's always someone with a watch that's more expensive than you.
Yeah.
When that comes to basketball, Michael Jordan will always be better than you. You can be better than your entire fucking island. Doesn't matter, bro. That's the thing. A lot of people, like, you can be the best, and then years later another guy will come up.
Yeah.
And then you won't be the best. And you'll be the best for only 5 years. And then this guy will come up and he's younger than you. So technically, in my prime I was better than him, but blah blah blah. It's like these things are very short lived. And you can't think that way. You can't think I'm gonna be better than, it's like who you gotta beat is yourself. That's the only person
Yeah.
you should be competing with.
Your biggest enemy is the guy against Rocky. The
one in the mirror. The guy in the mirror.
The guy in the mirror is your biggest enemy.
Yeah, it's true, but that's who you truly, like. You are born with a certain like level of talent. Let's say in sport,
Yeah.
right? You are genetically limited, like, but it doesn't like you could look at the guy next to you, the athlete next to you, and he's taller. And he's more lean than you, and you could say that guy could beat me at basketball. He's more genetically gifted.
Yeah.
If you're if you're working out and if you're practicing 10 times more than him, 5 years from now you're gonna be better than him
Yeah.
because you outworked yourself and him, and the genetics The work passes that. That's the thing about Ronaldo, and that's why I have the utmost respect for him, bro. Is because he like outworked everyone, and he just beat himself every day. Got better and better and better. It's the same thing with music, bro. It's the same thing with everything in life. Is you gotta just be better than you were yesterday. Keep improving and unlock your fullest potential.
Yeah.
And maybe that's someone out there is luckier than you. They got better genetics, and if they became the best that they are, they'd be above you. But guess what? They're not doing that. They're sitting on their fucking ass, working a 9 to 5, and you're out here playing basketball every day.
Yeah.
That's what makes or breaks winners, bro. That's where.
But like you said, I feel like it's short lived, right? You're working.
Everything, like I said, this too shall pass, bro. Everything is being the best will never be, bro. It's the same thing with boxing and shit. There is no best this because if Pele was born now, maybe he'd be the best because the technology, the information, the skills that we know now. Boxing, right? If Muhammad Ali, it's like with Ronnie Coleman, right? In bodybuilding, Arnold was the biggest guy in the 1960s, right? He was Mr. Olympia, best bodybuilder of all time. Ronnie Coleman beat him. Like some people say, oh, he's bigger, his this, his whatever. When he took a award for when he was a lot older, he said, I do think, I'm the best and whatever, but in my opinion, Arnold will always be better than me because he never had the technology I did. You want to know another quote that like if Arnold was born the same time as Ronnie, he would have been better because of the genetics, I'd say, because the steroids were better and the information and the whatever, blah, 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 and lifting and machines, you know, because they got created and blah, blah, blah. So you cannot compare. That's the thing, bro. Comparison is a fucking... Marcus Aurelius, quote of his, comparison is the thief of joy. And I agree. And at first I'm like, yeah, I guess so. And the more, the older I get and the more I think about it, 100%. 100%. And
what does that actually even mean?
What do you mean?
That the comparison...
comparison is the thief of joy. Because what you do is when you compare yourself to someone else, you go, I'm not that good. Yeah. It's like, why, bro? Yeah. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday and you feel 10 times better. Alex Hormozy, that's his name. He's an entrepreneur. And he was saying how he's comparing himself to guys to like Gary V, right? Gary Vaynerchuk. He was saying, oh, by the time I'm his age, I'm going to be like a lot more money. My business is going to be more successful, blah, blah, blah. And one of his employees or friends or whatever said to him, yeah, but Gary didn't have Gary. And I just thought about that for a second. And he describes it on the podcast. And I go, that's so right. When Ronnie Coleman, right, started bodybuilding, he looked at Arnold, took what he did and became even better and surpassed him. Yeah. So this Mike Tyson would look at people like Muhammad Ali and gain knowledge from them and surpass them, right? That's a debate, right? Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, whatever. Yeah. But the point is, Muhammad Ali didn't have a Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali had a different guy before him.
He had to do it himself.
And then he became the best. And now Mike Tyson has Muhammad Ali for him to become the best. And that's becoming the best at something isn't you're the best and you're number one and for all time you'll be number one. No. Becoming the best is you're becoming the best and you will inspire the next guy who will surpass you.
Exactly.
Who will become better than you. Because now that little kid in the stands watching Mike Tyson fight will be like, I'm going to become the next Mike Tyson. And then because they have Mike Tyson, Gary couldn't be. That's the whole thing. Is like Gary Vaynerchuk could never achieve that much money because he didn't have Gary Vaynerchuk. There wasn't that information. Yeah. The entrepreneur today, you cannot compare him to the entrepreneur 20 years ago because they didn't have the technology that the entrepreneur have today. They didn't have the books that the guys from 20 years ago wrote for the guys who are 20 years old now. So it's a constant evolution. And you can't compare to like, bro, there could be someone born 500 years ago that would have been the best boxer of all time, but didn't become that because boxing didn't exist.
Yeah. Or maybe genetics, or maybe someone who just didn't pick up boxing.
There could be someone across the world right now that has, that is genuinely a better fighter than fucking Khabib. And we don't know him. And he's just not in the UFC. So fuck comparison. Fuck like, the best and whatever and blah, blah, blah. It's like a lot of people got to be careful with the words they choose and who they compare to who. Like when, especially like generations. Like when you compare Muhammad Ali to Mike Tyson, it's like Mike Tyson didn't have Muhammad Ali, bro. It's like Mike Tyson was born years after. It's separate. Like, it's fun, but you also got to realize that it's not realistic. It doesn't make sense, and it can't.
Yeah, exactly. Well, also just like things that might have worked back then might just not work today. You know what I mean?
Bro. Exactly. Or even rules. Let's say boxing rules changed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and now Mike Tyson is considered the best. Yeah, well, before there was a rule where you couldn't bite someone's ear. I don't know, but it's the more I thought about this, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Are you guys zooted?
A little bit, but I'm
like-
locked in. I'm locked in.
So, before we wrap up soon, make it to the 2-hour mark, I guess. We mentioned what, Kanye?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what your
So
thoughts
what
are
are
on
you?
Kanye.
What's your opinion on Ye?
There would be no Archie without Kanye.
Facts.
I love him, man. I think he's like as real as a human can get, to be honest. I think like we idolize perfect people when people make mistakes, and especially with cancel culture and shit.
100%.
Like how they're trying to cancel like Gandhi and stuff like that, and like those people were pieces of shit. You know,
Yeah.
you know Gandhi. Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Gandhi left his father on his deathbed to go have sex with a woman, and then
Yeah.
his dad just passed away or something. But it's like people are looking at that and they see like, yeah, you know what, we shouldn't idolize this person.
It's like, yeah, but they did great things though. You can't
Yeah,
deny-
exactly.
You can't deny greatness. And that's what
Exactly.
Some people do is they try to bring people down because of certain opinions that they don't agree with, and that's not how things work. Separate the art from the artist.
Mm-hmm.
Separate what that person did. There could be someone who's a fucking murderer.
Yeah.
But they made one of the best albums of all time, bro. And,
Yeah,
And you're gonna be like, oh, but it's not the best album because he's a murderer. It's like, bro, it's not pretty. It's
I don't know
not
something.
nice.
I'm gonna say something real right
You don't
now.
want to
It's-
glorify someone who
Yeah.
did something immoral like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But you can't deny.
Exactly, bro. I'll tell you right now, it's just like this Andrew Tate shit. You know what I mean? Like, let's say for all I know, it was fake or it was real. Let's say it was real, okay?
Does that mean
It doesn't take away from what the things that we were saying.
the things
you know
he
what
said
I
about
mean?
success?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Let's not get into the misogyny and the blah 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 whatever.
I think no matter how, maybe 60%, maybe 90% of what someone is saying is complete bullshit, but maybe 10%
Yeah.
of what they said is something that you really need to hear.
Even
I mean, there's a lot of his things he says that I don't agree with, to be honest.
yeah. No, but like that's what I mean. If let's say he actually gets in prison for 10 years and he did do this thing, right? Whatever. You cannot deny that he did inspire a lot of young men to get in the gym, to get
Yeah, exactly.
fuck it. You don't like that because but he did this.
He
Doesn't
talks a lot about just society and
This is
stuff,
true,
things too,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
So, yeah, for me, Ye, to say a quote of his is "Go listen to my music" is the code to self-esteem. I fucking when he said that, bro, chills down my spine. He is, I think he's transitioning constantly, and I think he's changing constantly. But he is the one person that is flawed and shows it, like you said.
Yeah, he's
not-
insanely vulnerable.
That's why I think he's probably the greatest artist of this generation. And I think all the stuff with him about anti-Semitism and blah, 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 I think people are misunderstanding what he's saying. I don't
Yeah,
give a fuck how
I
crazy that
completely
sounds.
agree. No, I completely agree.
He's saying he loves Hitler because he loves everyone.
You want me to
That's-
tell you? It's like how we were
He's saying
speaking.
it. He's saying it because he wants to be indestructible. He wants to be. He goes. You can't say what now. He's in a position where he's like, you cannot call me anything else. He's like, call me racist. Already been called that. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he's beaten the system in a way. I know that like to people it doesn't. Yeah, but he did it. No, you're not. I know it sounds crazy to you, but once you really truly listen to his shit and you try to understand it from a different eye, you understand completely and you fucking respect him. I do.
I think even still, like you know, like someone like Hitler, it's like they can still do good things. Good people can still do bad things. Bad people. I'm not trying to defend what he did, but it's also like what we were talking about earlier, how you need evil. All right,
Yeah.
because look at the Holocaust, right? As fucked up as that was, there's been peace in Europe for 100 years, and it's still something that we talk about
I've
today.
always said that. I
because
said if
it's
Hitler-
extremely fucked up.
Yeah.
And look at us now, right? There's been so much peace. Everyone is bickering and depressed about fucking everything because they don't know what it's actually like to go through something hard.
So one of the stupidest things I always hear, and I've mentioned this on the podcast before, is like whoever says something like, if I had a time machine, I'd go back and kill baby Hitler. It's like, do you not understand
If it wasn't
that
him,
that if though it's something terrible and you think you are on a moral high ground for going back and stopping this terrible thing from happening, do you not understand that maybe there could be 2 Hitlers out there? And if it wasn't for Hitler, I'm not saying it like as in
There actually was a
glorifying,
bigger
but
genocide than the Holocaust at the same time.
What if the Holocaust never happened? We'd be in the year 2020. None of this technology shit existed, right? And there was a World War II with someone else. More people died.
Yeah.
And there was a worse Holocaust. And there was a worse Hitler. And there were multiple Hitlers. And what, like, you cannot think like that. You cannot change the past. You accept things for what they are. And if and though it doesn't sound right because you're being positive from something that happened that is extremely negative, it is the best way to look at life.
Yeah, for
and you
sure.
look at life the best way after a breakup, after a death, after anything, you gotta look at the positive.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just beating yourself, bro. If you're having the worst day ever, you tell yourself, this is a terrible day. What did I learn from it? What did I get from it? You get any sort of positivity from it, no matter, even if someone dies in front of you, like it's something terrible and there's nothing positive about it, but there is something positive to get out of it. I don't care what anyone says. The Holocaust is something that was horrific. Everyone agrees that it's negative and it's terrible, and no one's debating that. No one. You're fucking immoral and crazy to do that. But when someone like EA comes out and he goes, "I love Hitler," that instantly people are like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah." What he's trying to say is that this, in his heart, he has hatred for no one. That's what he wants. And people aren't fucking waking up to that, bro. And it's I can't
it's
say
easy to twist shit too. And honestly, he isn't the greatest public speaker. Same with
he isn't.
Same with Donald Trump, same with Andrew Tate. But if you look at someone like Jordan Peterson, who's like extremely well spoken, he's literally a scientist. He's a professor, Canadian goat.
100%.
But it's like, man, if people don't even want to listen to him, I think there's no fucking hope.
He got labeled as a Jew and as a Nazi in one day. Like, what? But a newspaper in like Canada and a newspaper in like Europe or something. I don't remember exactly what he said. But in one of them, he got called a Nazi. The other one, he got called a Jew. You do not trust the media.
Man, Canada's so brainwashed.
I said this to my I was in class and I just started a new semester and I got asked like where I see myself in 10 years, and I said, to be honest, I despise completely modern media and mainstream media, and I never want to work in it ever.
Same.
And everyone kind of looks at me like, what was she talking about? And I'm like, bro, it's just all propaganda. It's all just lies, and it's literally all just controlling you, the news, all this
bullshit. Or no, something, you know, the dude who created Netflix, his grandfather.
I swear I said that to you.
I seen it somewhere on the internet.
I said it to someone recently, and they go like, yeah, so who cares? I'm like, what?
Anyways, I was gonna say that
not waking up to this.
The dude who created Netflix, his grandfather, he's the one who created propaganda. I think he created the propaganda that it was healthy for women to smoke cigarettes. I'm pretty sure. And,
I think something with breakfast too. No, he was called the grandfather of propaganda.
Yeah.
And what he was is the Netflix CEO is his nephew.
Yeah, they're actually related. Yeah. They're actually related.
They're blood.
But and so a lot of people think that like this whole like the like you know, kind of putting girls as like a known guy roles and all that stuff, like that's what they're saying, like the propaganda is. But
oh yeah, 100%, bro. Netflix is fucking.
It's everywhere. But my main point is just like, you just have to stop giving a shit about it. Yep. Once you stop fucking caring about anything and everything, you become untouchable.
True. That's exactly it, bro.
And it's so easy to care about the most minimalistic thing, bro.
Protects your energy. Yeah. Because even something like thinking about something is wasting your energy.
Yeah.
It is. Or putting, or it's helping your energy, bro. Maybe you're thinking, I recommend this to people, bro. Take off your phone, take off a notebook, sit down, look at a wall, and think about your life.
Yeah, literally.
Think about
just
where you are.
let shit go, man.
And truly put your energy towards things that are worth it. Okay. Yeah. I'm not happy with my relationship with my family right now. I need to work on that.
Yeah.
And you start thinking, and then you get better, and then blah, 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 blah. And that's where you should be putting your energy towards things that truly matter in this life, and putting your energy towards stupid things like TikTok and fucking Instagram and fucking wasting time with people that aren't worth it, and thinking about things that happened in the past is a waste of fucking energy. You gotta let shit go, process it, get through it. All right, fuck it, cry about it if you need to. If you know someone passed away or whatever, you go through that. I'm not saying suppress it, but afterwards, do not protect your energy, bro. Do not waste it.
don't
Never
don't
waste
use
it.
shit as a crutch.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And one of the things that Andrew Tate said, which, bro, I don't give a, like, instantly there's this stigma. You bring up his name.
I know, I
don't
agree.
give a fuck. But
Me neither. I
one of
really
the
don't
best
give a
things
shit.
he says is like, why, if you're gonna wake up every morning, why not look yourself in the mirror and say, I am the best man in the room? Like, why not?
Because there's
Obviously,
no one
don't
else in
push
the
it.
room.
Don't push it.
Because what?
Because there's no one else in the room.
But don't push it to a
Meta.
no, but you know what I mean. Like, today I'm gonna, like, if you're gonna go on a podcast, right? Like today, why would you tell yourself like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna go that well, and I don't know if
You
I'm
know it
that
will because it's the
prepared.
number one
Why-
podcast in Malta.
Why not walk into it and be like, this is gonna be the best fucking podcast?
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
ever
yeah,
put in.
exactly.
This is gonna be a great podcast. This is gonna reach people. This is gonna influence people.
Yeah.
This is gonna tell people what's up. I'm gonna wake people up. Like, that's the type of mentality you gotta have going into anything. And if not, if it doesn't happen, if 4 people listen to this, and
Which it will.
like, it doesn't matter.
Be.
Why?
Yeah,
Why
exactly.
not? Why
Exactly.
not go into it with that mentality?
Yes.
Why not? What are you losing?
3 billion people are going to
You're
listen to
losing
this.
a
Imagine
lot more
living
by
in
thinking
fear,
negatively, bro.
Imagine living in
How many
fear.
books have you read in your life?
that dude kills me.
That
does.
dude,
And I
fucking
love
moron.
how
Is
that
he
girl,
French?
dude. I think he's like putting that. He's making that
It's an
accent
accent,
like
that's
on
bullshit.
purpose. But man, I love how that
No, I
girl
remember-
names
yeah.
like Diary of the Wimpy Kid, like Fly Guy, all these like
Idiot, bro.
little
Game of
books.
Thrones.
Yeah, she probably read them when she was like 9. or
It's
something.
actually called Song of Ice and Fire.
No, I remember he
I fucking love that dude.
that same girl, I swear,
He
she said to
annoys
him,
me so
she goes, and I found out your accent is fake because I've heard it before and I've heard you like off script and fake it. He's like, you cannot do that. He goes like this. He goes, you cannot deny that I put hard work to talk like this. So either way, you have to respect me. I'm like, what the fuck,
Man, it's
bro?
like it's fucking weird because people are like listening to him, but I think it's
So
like
funny.
I think it's like next level
I
satire.
don't
Oh,
listen-
I think it's like
He's like
Andrew
the Charlie
Tate satire.
Chaplin. Like,
I don't listen to him. I don't like
Me neither. I've seen a couple of clips of him. He's kind of
He's a
funny.
comedian.
I just I hate it annoys me. His voice annoys me.
Oh, yeah,
Shit out of
bro.
me. I don't know why. It just annoys
it's like
me.
you
There's
can
this
see a
video of him
5-second
breaking
clip, but then you
character.
get annoyed of it.
Yeah,
after.
yeah,
It's because I think it's a dumb voice accompanied by a thing that I kind of like. What he says is like what everyone else is saying. Like
Yeah, yeah,
feminist things like this. But it's accompanied by a voice that a fucking 5-year-old would do. That's why it's like, what are you,
Yeah, that's what I
fucking
think. It's
disabled?
like satire.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck are you, disabled? Like, you don't need to, like, just speak normally, and you'd actually be listened to.
So
But whatever.
I think made
Anyways.
it towards the end. Do you have any last words to say, Liam?
Yeah, before you...
Not like of your life, just for the podcast.
This is my last words on this earth. No, that I want everyone to know is stop giving a shit so much. Stop caring so much about what people say to you, and just be yourself,
Okay,
and you will feel a lot better.
there you go. Okay,
BB.
I like that. So,
That was to the audience, by the way, not the boys in the room. But yeah, just clarifying that.
so thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. It was
Welcome,
fucking
bro.
sick.
It was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure. You feel free to come back whenever you want, or whenever we do a space again. Busy schedule.
Yeah, I
busy
bet.
schedule.
It'd be dope.
Thank you very much for listening, viewing, subscribing. If you want to check us out on Spotify, Instagram, the Head to Head Podcast,
YouTube.
it'd be really appreciative if you leave a comment, like the video, and if you
Run it up.
really enjoy and you don't mind this content, subscribing. Go listen to Liam's album.
From
Links-
Europe with
links
Love.
in the
I'm
bio,
dropping
bro.
that this month.
Yeah, watch
This
that.
February. Not sure yet. I'm working on the cover art, but
Perfect.
It's
That will
done.
be linked in the description. Thank you very much for listening, viewing, and subscribing. Peace out, guys.